showcase a bit of a flanking scenario earlier. Envy aware of that one, so a nice heads-up idea. That was going to come out, reaps good reward. Now Crystal, 1 versus 2. Could get the orb if he wants to. Could go for the plant. If he hits the TP after getting it, you would never read that Envy's playing off angle as he goes for a bit of a cave look approach or a flank around A. They're just not going to give Crystal any opportunities here into any sort of favorability. So he's going to have to dig deep to try and find this 1 versus 2. Never mind. Device is going to one-tap him.
Good try anyway, but Device just Device, so simple startings, and Jinx got a showstopper for the upcoming round.
Alright, if I'm Yudo-tan, I'm licking my lips with this Interceptor as soon as I hear that showstopper. Haven't really seen Yudo, do too much yet. Haven't really seen, honestly, too much of all of GE currently because it's been Patman being sent in, getting the kills, and they've been following him with the set of utility as well. So we'll start to see maybe some change-ups in that approach now that we've got a big rifle round in play. There's the showstopper that comes out. There's the Interceptor. I'm licking my lips, baby. I told you.
Oh, it's beautiful. Just utter dismay for Jing right now.
That's 3 showstoppers that have been eaten.
Throughout this entire series, you're right.
Well, we've only seen 2 Jing raises. He was Jet in the first map,
which that's right.
Did better.
Interceptor did do a little bit to the flashes as well, but here we go.
It's a reset on the round in its entirety for Paper X at the moment. 3 towards A with the showers control. Prowler confirming information down through B long. As Jing plays site, Envy plays elbow. They're going to have to start to turn up the pace and get a rotation out from Forsaken with the stimmy on.
Otherwise, it's going to be hard and heavy.
Yeah, the toxic screen will go down and he can drop some sky smokes. Got 1 left.
In position, ready to let the abilities rip. Envy good for the first frag, but still the stars quite pesky.
But are they going to align at the moment? Eventually this Nebula will fade, and there's no plant down just yet. Javi, I don't think he's got any stars left either.
Wow. Instead of getting the spike plant safely, they go in for the duels, all huddled up as a squad. Forsaken, though, pushed on up. Trying to get them through with the wall bangs, but here comes Autumn, sharp as ever. 1v2, 15 seconds, they go hightail it to A.
Oh, it's going to be a little bit tight here at the moment. They will be able to go for the safer plan. I've seen something get some wallbang shots before, but it's elevation from Autumn, and he removes the head from the shoulders for the 4K. Well played out and fought for Global Esports. And I'm wondering to myself, when is that buzzer going to be hit from Paper X Alex again for another early timeout, because Global Esports have really put some early pressure onto them in this series.
You're absolutely right.
Ini ada delay dikit
rather than later, given how these rounds have gone. I mean, just look
belum ada.
at the awareness that they've got, not really sticking the plant just yet, going for the push.
Aman kan?
As well, 4 versus 2, and they don't go for the plant just yet because they don't exactly know if there was a flank possible.
Aman ya. Semuanya aman ya. Aman ya semuanya ya.
Gonna be the eco scenario right now for Paper X on the back of the toxic.
Begini. Double anjing.
And maybe would have been ill-advised to go for it had Forsaken stuck on the line still.
Semua sabar.
For Global Esports, they themselves are just playing a big
Kenapa
spread
lari ke
default.
sini anjing?
He knows.
Just maximize if they can catch any of the GE stragglers playing a cheeky corner yourselves. That was a missed haunt, by the way, I believe, from Crystal in towards the showers.
Kayaknya ada yang salah nih.
Really gotta think.
Very narrow focused on towards Forsaken at the moment.
Kalau begini gimana?
Bring him in towards Jing's crosshair. It's not going to happen though. Crystal finds Devi, and it's definitely
In-game kebesaran daripada Miklu.
Envy on a possible flank here. Quack, see what he can do.
Sabar kocak. Kalau begini gimana? Ada delay nih soalnya, lu ke gua tuh ada delaynya. Jadi kita sama-sama saling bantu ya. Jujur gue juga bingung nih.
Crucial time for Paper X.
Oh, ini masih double ini.
Forsaken goes on through, tries to land the flank on the Autumn, but Autumn keeps them in check. spike planted, time extended, and now the utility confirms positioning. Envy though, with the weapon in hand, has to all the
Kabur
work.
ya, ini
Unfortunately
larinya
goes
kemana ya?
down now and
Nggak ada
just
in-game
Jingle out
PAW.
onto the frenzy.
Oh, baik,
No
baik, baik.
range, no shot. Trying to find onto it. Autumn still making his feet dance and then goes in for the kill, the coup de grace!
He's just toying with him. He knows that he's superior in that fight. They found out where he was from before. He's got a frenzy. There's not much you can do in that 1v3 field there as Jing. Very nicely navigated in its entirety, I feel like, for Global Esports in this round. I mean, there was a haunt thrown in that got a reveal, but it even felt like when that plant was going down and they had enough time to spare when the orbital strike came down as well. They weren't too phased in the moment.
Nih ada yang salah nih
There's
di
that timeout I was mentioning a little bit earlier as well, right? It's another great round count start for Global Esports.
If this keeps on up, similar to what we saw in Split, oh boy.
This timeout is even earlier than the timeout on the previous map of Split from Paper X as well.
Ada yang ngaco nih. Ini
2
udah aman
rounds
belum?
earlier, in fact.
FC hilang. Lah iya.
For Paper X?
Sabar. Gue tuh lagi
See, that's the
ngatur-ngatur soalnya.
beauty of having a triple elimination
Ini
format.
harusnya udah aman.
This is their first showing, right?
Yeah.
This is Envy still integrating into the roster. This is a Global Esports that you don't have evidence to be able to research and see a lot of, right? It's in the moment you've got to adapt and figure out what they're doing. If you came to me before this series and you said what composition do you think Global Esports are going to be running, it wouldn't have been Patman on Waylay. I don't think anybody had that on their cards.
Udah ya.
Definitely not.
Ini udah oke ya. Suara udah mantep semua ya. Suara lu kekecilan Pak GM. Lu datang ke sini lu denger gua langsung gimana? Nah, udah ya. Suara aman tapi gede ya, udah lu kecilin. Lu kalau misalkan di rumah gua kegedean salah. Kecilan salah sekarang juga. Wanjing.
First time he bests.
Aman tapi suara in game kayaknya kecilin dikit. Oke. Gua juga ngerasa kegedean.
Opts out for something as well, by the way, over at the A site by his loans himself.
Aman ya semuanya ya.
Big amounts of effort over in the garden at the moment. Needs to come out from Jing and he just doubles on down. Look for the third. It's absolutely brilliant.
Halo, halo.
Recoil control. The spike now just cluttering down. The round's done.
Manja ya semuanya ya. Bagaimana kabar kalian? Kalian sudah lihat story saya belum? Ya, upload story lucu sekali loh. Gua upload story lucu banget anjing, come on man. Udah lihat story gua belum?
No way that Javi would be able to get back in towards this one.
Wah gila ini Patman jago banget nyet, sumpah. Kalian mau saya beli nggak ini Patman?
And he will go a hunting.
Kalian mau saya beli nggak ini Patman? Gimana?
On Pearl.
Kalian mau saya beli aja ini Patman? Gimana? Setuju? Patman kita beli ya? Oke. Nanti saya bicarakan. Siapa lagi yang mau dibeli? Jadi Ezekiel, welcome to the membership.
Not the stopper though.
T1 Mania. Ya ilah 2026 masih dukung T1. Kocak lu. Lah ya ampun mas.
As Global Esports, a conversion after Paper X's timeout.
Mas ini loh. 2026 masih dukung T1. Kadang-kadang lucu mas T1 Mania ini ya.
There's a sliver of a chance, by the way, now that this ace is going to come out. Here we go.
No, you know, he's managed to sidestep it. He gets the headshot instead.
Dipikir-pikir punya GM streamer aneh juga loh. Di mana masalahnya? Di mana masalahnya? Saya masih melakukan tugas saya dengan baik gitu loh.
Sometimes going for a bit of a dry fight up through long without
ini
any
feeling
flashes, any prowlers.
Feeling gua GE bisa menang.
We'll get the better of you. So a lot of dry walk duels
bisa menang
in the last map tried to be
jago
found.
coy.
Working a treat.
Real jago coy, sumpah nggak bohong gua. Mereka bermain.
Something here as well. Something currently 0-5 on this defensive side with the Yoru.
Ya, saya sudah tadi memberikan arahan kepada anak-anak dan juga kepada coach Jopi yang tidak Alda Lopez ya mengenai map-map yang akan dimainkan. Itu memang saya sudah arahkan map-map tertentu agar kita tidak juga mereveal strat kita di kemudian hari seperti itu. Anjir, masa T1 Mania bilang kita tunggu di middle bracket? Masa nunggunya di middle bracket? Ya ilah, masa nunggunya di middle bracket? Nyet, yang bener aja lu. Masa nunggunya di middle break?
Sure, but right now,
Kameranya tuh patah-patah nggak sih? Ah, nih.
Top player, mate.
Tahu
See if we're
masalah
gonna get a
kamera
top play
ini
come
nih.
out from him and
Ya kan agak
Forsaken
patah-patah
over
kan?
at the A side right now. Patman is ready with the light speed going in.
Ininya.
just not going to want to play with any of that. Saturate connects, though, right around the edge of the smoke. Patman goes hunting,
kameranya anjing.
has picked up a scent, and there it is. Something for the trade.
30 seconds to go. No
Ini kameranya
plan.
nggak
Here the audible
FPS,
TPs.
cok.
Divide will beat them here. But what can he do?
What the fuck, man?
No fuel on the wall. Just goes up. Catches Crystal.
Almost lands a second.
kameranya nggak
Teammates on the hunt through the teleporter.
Kurang
Fully blinded,
ajar
but
ini
Hub still
namanya
lands
ini
a
ya.
shot. But still a 1v2 with time running out. It's
Mana
going to
yang
be
setnya?
Jing.
Mana
And
yang
there were
setnya?
3.
Anjing, ini kamera beda lagi sama yang biasa gue pakai.
Knocking at the door of
Fuck, salah
GE
pencet.
now to try and tie things up, and also
Kabar ya adik-adik ya,
making
biar
them
60
consider
FPS.
for the save here that will come
Gue
out.
gatal
Here's
sendiri
that
nih kalau ngeliat
no-scope
ginian
that
nih.
comes through, so it was indeed the play. And now he's
Jadi
he's
biar
gotta
nanti
be
pas
feeling a little bit more
RRQ
comfortable
main,
with
kita
the
semua
off-on
sama-sama
line
nyaman
defensive
seperti itu
side
ya.
with that rounds to come through. I'm looking towards this next round as well. And I'm thinking to myself, there is a couple of ultimates up for grabs to use to try and sway favor. But on this eco round of globals, they are the ones that, you know, without them essentially. So the time for Paper X to build more economy, tie the game up, look for a strong ult round perhaps next as GE do
lupa ini
get
ngaturnya di mana
pretty
ya?
easily into this A site.
Just constantly going with that double dash. Orbs and incendiary spent, though. G's already gotten what they wanted. Spike down, Bucky in position.
Ngaturnya di mana
Paper
ya?
X just looked to quickly
Ah, ini
decimate
bener.
every single last bit of it.
80,
Continue to
60.
push on through the backside. Continue to push
iya
on through with
dong.
Forsaken
Nah,
onto a
gitu kan
triple.
nyaman.
Yudotan finding
Manja
one
ya
shot.
semuanya
Jing
ya.
now onto the next, and Forsaken
Suka ya
to
adik-adik
finish
ya.
it off with a quad.
Now 3 in a row for Paper X. Those 2 casualties that they suffer, not going to be too worried about. You'd assume the defuse 2, they start with 3
Manja ya
ultimates
semuanya
in
ya,
the
suka ya
rounds. They
adik-adik ya.
exercise 1 from Envy,
Kok
they
pagi
come
M
away with
nyeting
2
sendiri?
more. So I'm talking
Iya
about
nih,
these
asisten
strong
saya nih
ultimates
kacau.
that they're going to be able to
Asisten saya jujur kacau sih.
play within this next
Kita pecat
round.
aja apa?
Definitely
Asisten
be
saya
a good
kacau
old
ini.
reliable scenario for them to
Harusnya
take
saya
the
datang
lead
udah terima
on this map
beres.
of Bind, the
Kacau
final
kalau
one of
begini
the
caranya.
series.
Almost S tuh.
Harusnya saya datang sudah terima beres
See a
ini.
change up from Global
Kacau.
Esports now as well.
Hah?
A potential fight over at B long as Paper X are playing
Kacau.
massive strong side
Bikin
here with
hashtag.
all the members, specifically
Bikin
the
hashtag.
operator. This is where I do
Baru
kind
live
of
stream
just
pertama jadi
ask
GM
for
udah langsung bikin
normal
hashtag.
fade things, right?
Guys,
Prowler
nanti
up,
tolong gaungkan
clear angles.
GLHFSon effect ya. Kalau misalkan kita menang,
Forsaken inside the
GLHFSon effect. Oke? Kalau misalkan kita kalah,
down into long now.
ronde,
Surely at any moment. Ooh.
percaya
Gets away.
proses.
It's
Oke?
good that you mentioned
Setuju
that
nggak?
TP play as well, because Patman just has to be aware of it. There's the close corners, spots out Devi, will Forsaken go a little bit
Kamu
premature
terlalu
or
banyak
not.
ngomong sorry, John. Ya, do better.
Maybe not too much just yet. The ultimate spent and possibly baited out as well.
Patman's just going to stay outside of the teleporter as Forsaken has to get his smokes available to drop down on towards the A site to help his team into something's open arms again on this operator as Patman does find Forsaken.
Gila, cok Batman sih.
Fantastic call out there.
Orang
Something as well. Just will be able to throw a slight wrench in
Kalau
their
kalah,
plans,
percaya
but still,
proses.
GE are intact. Yudotan this time caught by the showstopper.
30 seconds to go, plant to start to come down. Great convergent pass as well to push something off the line as the plant goes
Ini
down.
GE
Jing
menang,
falls.
sumpah.
And it's a
Ini GE bisa menang,
2v3. Devi, what do you have? He's instantly kept in check by Crystal. Still onto the operator. It is something.
Ini kenapa GM
Trying
ngerangkap
to
jabatan
flush
mau
out
buang-buang
Javi.
anggaran ini.
Devi
Justru ini adalah
tries to find a
efektivitas dan
couple more shots, but
efisiensi.
the team works together against him.
Justru ini
It's just
efisiensi
something
anggaran. Kalau misalkan
Bolt
2
action,
job,
and he's
gajinya
got
bisa
to
buat
make it
1
work.
orang. Kenapa harus 2
Plays
gitu loh?
around the corner, tries to land a quick flip. It's a sortie play instead.
Wah.
Patman
wah,
now
wah.
trying to close up the distance. He extends it. He takes the round.
Gila.
Lots of backwards and forwards in
Apakah-
that one. And some good awareness as
apakah
well from
ini
Patman,
real,
I've got to
Chat?
say, in that one, right? Just staying
Chat,
a little bit later
apakah
out through
ini
the
real,
market,
Chat?
making sure that
Siapa yang
Forsaken
mau
does
jadi
not get
saksi
out of the
kemenangan
teleport
Global
free of
Esports
charge
pertama
because
kali
they
atas
saw
Pepper X?
something with the operator real early on over at B long, right? They see the clone go through.
Gile,
You can kind of theorize that, oh, okay, it was just a fake to try and draw our attention away. But you also got to remember, he's been on this team before. He's seen these things before. These plays are available. Sometimes you even see the plays where the Yoru goes to the TP themselves, then throws the clone out. They themselves sit in with a bailout strategy. So there's always change-ups that you can throw into the
Kalau mau
mix.
jujur-jujuran nih, roster dia yang hari ini, yang perkara sekarang sih oke punya dia oke dia. Bermain.
Too, as it showers control for Global. Yudotan with Evolution, Crystal with Nightfall. You can deploy them over here if you want as well. It might feel like another flip map scenario if Paper X want to get a bit of a
Gue kira malah awalnya 2-0 tau. Berisi tadi hampir sih menurut
for a
gue.
bit of a hunt that it doesn't feel like Javi is aware of.
Jen, kok ngeri-ngeri gini tim Pasifik jadi khawatir dengan RRQ. Anda jangan pernah meremehkan RRQ. Anda belum lihat pertandingan pertamanya.
Something not quite landing the shot. Javi as the lurk will be able to deal a bit more damage.
Akan takut dengan RRQ melihat pertandingan kita hari ini.
Will be able to do just that. Defy as well arriving on time. Off towards Lamps now. It's Crystal who unfortunately bites the dust. Yudotan goes full evolution, wanting to save the round.
Udotan.
Straight onto it. It's pet up from the top, and now Forsaken. Another shot through. Incendiary as well, but Yudotan should not be disturbed. Healing back up. The spike getting stuck all the way through! Something with the shorty to tie up the score!
Yeah, Patman still had to saturate in that moment. I thought he was going to deploy that one out to try and play around it.
Out, mending main FFSon buang-buang anggaran,
mending but we're spraying a little bit too high there, Yudotan. If someone's on the defuse, they're crouched a bit. They're not standing. Unlucky, to be honest with you.
Siapa yang belum beli bundle RRQ, anak-anak? Siapa yang belum mandi? Siapa yang belum beli jersey RRQ? Siapa yang belum follow sosial media GLHFSon? Ayo. Awas lo ya. Nanti pagi M jemput ke rumahnya. Ayo. Beli bundle RRQ. Ayo ya. Awas lo.
Find a kill before being traded. Actually managed to do it, but something is still right around the corner, leaving Javi alone with this bandit. Wants to pick up the spike, but obviously hearing the teleporter as well, something also closing in around. As is Envy.
Envy's just going to be the one to polish him off in the end. Paper X will reclaim lead now. Move into the last round of this half. A lot of these fights just going backwards and forwards.
Belum gajian. Oke, awas lo ya kalau udah gajian belum beli bundle RRQ. Awas lo ya. Adik aku takutan Pak Game.
I'm just kept on the edge of my seat.
Siapa yang mau Pak Game jemput? Ayo. Siapa yang mau?
No.
Can we get a fine on that one, please?
Pop-ups, someone?
Well, Operator in Hookah to back up as well, but it's another pacey one from Global Esports to try and get in towards the B side perhaps, and I think they want
Korea sih lagi dingin-dinginnya
maybe a little bit possible. There's a couple of ultimates that'll come around the corner, but Patman gets shut down first.
Emang mau diajak kemana kok dijemput? Udah makanya. Kalau penasaran ikut aja yuk.
Get off it just to kind of beat them through. Blind sides, paint shells all tossed as well. But unfortunately now, walking past the Cosmic Divide, they will meet their doom. Yudotan trying to go for the TP as well, but it's Forsaken finding the frag. Orbital Strike coming in, and all the players burnt to a crisp.
It was very cheeky from Yudotan to cross-cut behind them in amongst the chaos, but he's already lost his boys in amongst the most of that. And Crystal, I think, was like 2 milliseconds off getting the plant originally and came off it because he saw the gun barrel peek through the Cosmic Divide.
Patman YLIC is not on my bingo card. Sumpah nggak
bohong. Though, no tied scorelines here.
Lebih dingin Korea atau Jepang? Jujur Koreanya.
Recover sensationally.
Jujur Korea jauh lebih dingin. Sedingin-dinginnya Takayama pun, itu nggak sedingin Seoul, cok bangsat dingin banget. Tapi anginnya lebih nggak nyantai di Jepang. Jepang anginnya nggak nyantai. Bar.
Halftime.
Change up approach now.
Wah,
oke.
Sekarang ini sedang sengaja melakukan watch party dari match FX versus Global Esports. Itu saya hendak mempelajari seperti itu loh. langkah strategis apa yang harus saya ambil di pertandingan ke depan, pemain-pemain mana saja yang harus kita beli, pemain-pemain mana saja yang harus kita waspadai ya. Om GM singkatan SEK sama MBG apa ya? SEK itu singkatan dari Sarjana Ekonomi ya. Saya itu sarjana ekonomi. Sementara MBG itu merupakan singkatan dari Magister Biologi Game.
More in the one after, I believe, potentially. Anyways,
saya jadi magister.
That's the way.
Saya sarjananya itu ekonomi, tapi saya master di biologi game.
Also for this Patman wailing, I mean, back on split, you know, a little glimpses of that on towards Bind.
There is moments that I think it's been a little bit too aggressive, and it's been Patman diving in
Jauh
towards
Gemo
the side
pakai
without
ya udah
Autumn
di
kind of
wishlist.
trailing in with him as
Udah di
well.
keranjang
Right,
kuning dia.
double dive
Jauh
opportunity,
Gemo sudah saya
double
masukkan
pull
keranjang.
mosquito comp,
Tinggal di
and,
check out aja sebenarnya.
You're missing Autumn in a
Tenang
couple of
saja.
those bits. So,
Pak General Manager Rex Regum Keon Antonius Wilson, apa pendapat Anda tentang RRQ melawan DFM hari ini? Saya berani janjikan kemenangan. Kita akan menatap kemenangan hari ini. Saya rasa bukan hal yang harus dipikirkan melawan DFM ya. Saya rasa anak-anak dalam percaya diri yang tinggi. Seluruh staff juga dalam percaya diri yang tinggi, termasuk saya, ekspektasi saya juga ya cukup tinggi lah untuk pertandingan kali ini, dan saya rasa juga DFM bukan tim yang harus terlalu kita takuti. Seperti itu.
Eating a prowler as well. Just
Business
able
game
to
kayak
be hop
biologi.
into
Loh,
that.
There's some damage done to something in Indy.
biologi?
This can be workable.
And a Crystal onto the Frenzy as well. Just got to know the positions, but look at Envy. Running all the way to the other end, playing around the toxic screen.
Ada anatomi
It's
Wildlife kah?
Euroton.
Saya itu,
Gets
tesis
up at the
saya
right
itu
time.
anatomi
Goes in for the
Viper.
wide swing, but something has to
Saya
tap.
itu waktu
Crystal now
tesis
to do
project
all the remaining
saya
work.
itu
Trying to turn back
anatomi
around,
Viper.
running out of time. He manages to find at least one
Pengaruh
frag, but
anatomi
Envy
Viper
will seal the
terhadap
deal for Paper Rex.
kelancaran pembentukan sel sperma.
Off to
Seperti
the
itu.
races in the very beginning. One player surviving at the end though, but more importantly, the job was done. Kind of the worst case scenario of your global esports as well.
Autumn ini
Playing
sih
for the B long, playing for
bagus ya.
showers when your opponents just all
Besok juga
walk up
ganti
short.
jawaban. Jangan di Free Fire
Very
apa?
common pistol strategy comes to this map as well.
Oh, something udah mulai berdiri-berdiri. Nyet, jujur nih. Gua kan duduk di atasnya.
Game's
Duduk
not
kan
done.
di atasnya Alex banget
Chance for
nih.
Paper Rex to really
Maksudnya
establish
gua
some
duduk
good
di atas
momentum
bootnya
on this
Alex.
attacking side now.
Gua tuh bisa denger dia ngomong apa. Gua actually bisa denger dia ngomong apa, Cek.
Through with minimal
Sumpah.
damage.
Di sini nih di posisi gua itu Alex kan bootnya sekarang di luar banget nih. Gua bisa denger dia ngomong apa. Dan beberapa kalimat yang gua tangkap dari mulut dia adalah, guys, if we play like this, how are we gonna win against RRQ? Our target is RRQ. We cannot lose against RRQ, and you play like this, how are we gonna win? I am scared, guys. I am scared of RRQ if you play like this. So keep up. Yeah. Step up, otherwise we lose against RRQ.
Yeah, Patman feels like because of the time he needs to do something early. He needs to try and find
Itu yang gua tangkap dari
two
bootnya
picks,
Alex.
to be honest with you, before Crystal would have come. Just too far-fetched to ask for. Crystal falls at the end as well. So all in all, some damage out there from the classics of GE.
You see, they have new
Now they'll
GM.
get a
I don't know what
buy
he's gonna
into
bring to the
the
table.
last
He is
half
very
of the
smart.
series.
Very smart, even smarter than this. So I don't know whether you can adapt to his strat or not if you play like
He
this.
possibly could still turn things around. It's a 4-round gap.
Yep, or Paper X could run away with it.
Certainly.
No, if you die, you still drop bulldog. It's okay.
Gun sustained, but here comes GE with the full buy. Veto utility on the A site.
No outlaws or anything from Global either. Would have had 4 members.
Lu
that
pada
would be
kagak pernah
susceptible
denger
to that
Alex
over
ngomong
on
emangnya?
Paper X's side. Ooh. Stinger
Alex
in
kan
the
kalau
mix,
ngomong
Gene.
kayak gitu, mana ada di
Bulldogs
aksen
for Envy.
Prancis
You've
kocak.
also got a Guardian for Forsaken.
Mana ada dia?
Want to consider that. Patman
Lu pada
looking
kagak pernah
super
nonton
aggro
Alex
again
interview
on this
berarti.
waylay.
Ih, gila lu. Mana ada dia ngomong
Bath's pressure, so
I want you
checking,
to
confirming, smokes all abound.
hookah.
You can just know
And
that
then
Autumn is so
maybe
itchy to hit that
you,
TP as well. He's just going to lock himself in towards B long at the moment.
gitu
Meanwhile,
gimana?
Paper X feels like they've just overwhelmed this site right now.
Lu
Tap it on
serius
the
nggak? Lu
plant.
serius nggak? Serius gua.
If he's going
Gue
to
serius
stick that one.
banget.
5v5.
Down it goes. Autumn, long journey before you make it to side, brother. So the rest of the team trying to find some elevated shots, but it's something who gets the drop now,
Awan lu
repositioning.
fans Peprex baru lu kok gitu ya, lu jangan ngajarin gua kok.
But whether it's not going to work.
Lu pada pernah ngeliat
All
nggak
comes
itu
down
apa
to
namanya
these
coach
wolves. You gotta
badminton di
take down
Cina
lamps,
ngajarin
gotta take down
ibu-ibu
bats.
Cina
Paper
pakai
Rex
bahasa
still
Sunda, anjing lucu banget
treading
gitu.
water. Stride up
Nah
around
di dia
something.
anjing, no
Here's
kakinya
the tap, wants to go for the swing, and
Jadi
there it
dia-
is.
Nah,
Gate
eta.
crash on through. Goes in for the fake, it's Jing, running out of ammo, he looks for the right click and he lands it! Paper Rex doubling their score up against GE!
A bonus round found for them, really low HP at the end for Jing. I just feel like Global cannot afford to have these 5
Jujur,
versus
suara lu
5
kecil.
situations. Got to get
Masih
some
kecil
sort of
suara gua.
advantage earlier on.
Suaranya doang kan?
As it was just too oppressive from Paper
Pukulin dah.
Rex. Getting in your
Oi,
face, getting the plant
anjing.
down.
Monyet.
Didn't have too much utility at the end that they could just throw and barrage
Ya,
down on.
aman
They're
deh,
hitting
semuanya
the
ya.
shots, they're getting the crossfires, they're making some good
Oh
informed
berdiri-berdiri
decisions.
dia,
Try and
iya
close the
dong.
rounds.
Lu berdiri-berdiri lu lawan RRQ, berani nggak?
Now they're having a good time. Back onto the Outlaw.
At a party at the moment. Something finds one, the drift would become
Like
available
dulu dong,
as
like
well.
dulu dong, like dulu dong. Chat, like dulu chat.
Eager for that prospect. He's
Chat,
marking
like
the
dulu, chat.
angle. The rest of the team once again back in the baths.
Yeah, Patman close towards short with the Bucky.
Ooh.
The Sheriff though of Judo time. For two
Oi, oi.
stellar shots. Patman with that
Mamma
Bucky. I just
mia.
mentioned it as well. This is a round that would be a blessing for Global.
Still, though, not out of it yet. Something.
Yeah, he could pull the rug
Kok
out
mulut
from under them.
setara
couldn't
game?
he?
Jujur ngelihat pelatih badminton
But now
Belgia
caught
ngasih
out.
instruksi
It's
bahasa Indo aja
Forsaken
udah
left.
gagah.
Gonna go in for the tap, and Crystal
Wah,
right around the
gila.
corner will find the drop. A
Siapa lagi
thrifty
yang kita
round
harus beli?
picked up by GE.
Is
Itu
that
emang
gonna be the
tempat
way
buat
to-
WP.
for them to get back in
Kayak
towards
nggak
this
pernah ada yang WP
half,
di
though?
Sangam.
It's a
Justru
good
tempat
start,
ini
don't
itu
get me wrong. On
disediakan
the board
khusus
can
untuk
reset
saya.
the money of Paper
Mereka
Rex
itu
if they
tahu
do
saya
convert
mau
this next
datang.
one, but it starts to get
Langsung
into some of those
dirapikan Sangam.
ultimate
Ya.
territories.
Langsung dirapikan. Saya mau
Now
datang.
look at Yudo Tan, who's
Admin
done
mau
some good
datang.
damages to have
Langsung.
this evolution
Member
online, and he'd be
merapikan
able to weather
Sangam
and fight
Arena.
through, so we need to see the step up perhaps come through. But also, I feel like for GE to not just wait patiently on these sites for Paper Rex to waltz on in, needs to try and gain the favor themselves, really. Yudo Talon sitting on top of
Lawan
triple here
GE
is not going to be
seram-seram.
all too
Ada
hot
seramnya juga
when he
sih.
was sniffed out by the Yoru there.
Yeah, he's
Ini si
alone,
Safi
but
sih
at least keep
jago,
him in
es.
check. His
Woi.
teammates have arrived behind him through
Okay.
the teleporter.
Ya
Couple
elah so
players
asik
dead.
lagi. Kok so asik.
Scratch that, it's a third as
Nice.
well. Forsaken with a spike, trying to head on through hookah. Something trying to stay on site, doing a bit more damage.
But there's no over-rotate as well to the A site. Look, Crystal's still here, and so
Buyout
is
splash
Pat.
lagi Pak GM. Sudah ada di
So
keranjang.
many options
Beli
left.
Aspas Pak
Crystal's
GM.
jumping on the
Aspas juga
trampoline,
sudah ada
which
di
Forsaken,
keranjang.
you know he
Tinggal di
wants to
check out
remove.
aja.
That's
Saya nunggu
why.
promo 11-11.
Oh my god. Almost dead. Now, just tossing out all the utility, getting as much value out as possible. Perhaps something undetected.
Yeah, now noted though, and Patman
Tiga
is
dia.
so eager to try and
Maksudnya
find him
apa
something.
itu?
You'd expect doesn't miss the corner. but
Sama beli
Patman doesn't
Chronicle.
miss the
Chronicle
shot.
sudah
And
ada di
Crystal will
keranjang.
finish off Forsaken,
Saya
despite
tinggal
getting
copy
dipped down
virtual
to 10
account
HP
aja kalau
early.
Chronicle.
Double down for Global.
Kenapa
But of
tim
course,
Secret
more
nggak ambil
work to do.
Safi ya?
Yeah,
Coba
first
adik-adik,
shot
kira-kira
that
kalian
pushes.
bisa jawab sendiri
Still,
nggak?
I mean, swings like that just can't be
Kira-kira
Yeah. I mean, you
aja.
got that scenario as well, right, where
Kira-kira
something's getting out of the drift to try
aja.
and figure out what all locations are stacked around that A site.
Kira-kira
Now looking at that,
aja
with
kalau
all the
kata
utility
gua
that
ye.
comes through to Yudo
Menurut
Tan,
lu
he had the
kenapa
cross
ye?
cuts available over towards the vents, over towards tower as well, but he sticks through everything, destroys a little bit of the utility, which would do diddly squat to him too, mind you, but hey,
Kalau RRQ
the
ntar
rest
lawan
of the team
Pepex
was
lu
there to
dukung
hit the
mana
shots
Son? Lu
where
masih
required
nanya?
too.
Saudara
Eventually it
Spider
works
2K
out
masih
nice
nanya,
and
saya
for them,
akan dukung
forcing
mana?
out the
RRQ
second
lawan
time out
PRX.
from Paper Rex as
Lu
well.
orang masih nanya, lu orang
Global Esports are really holding to a lot of these timeouts. Frost,
pakai situ punya otak.
you talking to Termy?
Lu orang pakai
Oh.
otak. Lu orang
I don't
dikasih
know if he's,
Tuhan
much
otak
talking there,
pakai.
To be fair, DRX calling a lot more timeouts in the series previously as well.
That's
So
true.
Oe
You're only
kadang-kadang
got a limited
bingung
time to
lihat
talk
lu
to your
orang
teams
kelakuan
in this
punya.
game.
Well, maybe maybe it's trust. Yeah, he's worked them to the bone in that 1 month that he has with them. So just trying to see what they've got. But so far, they're coming back up.
If you feel confident in the calls that you are hearing from Harvey, from Crystal getting involved, from Autumn maybe as well, should be good. But 10-7, those 2 rounds really important. The last time though, we did see the timeouts come out from Paper Rex in the first half. They just ran away with the rounds. Whether or not we'll see the same.
Sumpah gue nggak sabar RRQ main, ayo buruan ah!
That's to be decided.
Kadang tuh gue nggak ngerti deh pertandingan kayak gini tuh buat apa sih? Ujung-ujungnya juga kalah gitu loh lawan RRQ, langsung aja.
Is he fake cloning? He's fake cloning.
Kenapa nggak semua tim itu langsung lawan RRQ? Kalau menang mereka lolos, kalau kalah ya berarti mereka nggak lolos, sesimpel itu loh. Kenapa nggak kayak gitu aja sih?
Yeah, it'd be hard task to ask though to showstopper an orbital strike in an eco such as this, unless you really do have good advantages or you trap them in the middle of the site perhaps.
Here as well, so right now just getting
Selamat sore Pak GM, selamat sore Zulfar Rahman.
Showstopper to try to open things up, but it's not happening. The door is being shut in your face. Defy, unfortunately, shut down.
Well, it's not being shut in your face, it's being slammed in your face at the moment there. You get one with the showstopper, but everything else is just getting peppered down, sprays through smokes and walls that mean nothing. GE get through that round.
Yep, ini calon-calon comeback ini.
Well, they do have a buy to come up now. But do they have a change of play? Do they have a change of play?
Katanya Ewok lu kendaliin bot. Jangankan Ewok. The whole VCT Pacific
together as a unit.
Are you guys stupid?
No showstopper should have been.
Semua itu sudah ditentukan.
Semua sudah ditentukan.
It's a really good point, you know.
Can be good.
Ini kok GM mendadak
as well. See thrown on down to scale up towards B.
Real jago. Rosternya bagus ini.
Now. Just Patman towards the A side of things, and the chokehold's going to be popped by the fake out clone. So Patman does need to be very on the trigger to get out of a sticky situation. So I love this war call from GE.
Pak GM, ini kinerjanya Pak Ape kurang maksimal. Nanti saya tegur.
Nanti saya tegur. Careful of what's coming his way.
Still tucked in, could just backstep any time. There they go. Autumn slowly creeping up the conversion pass, completely connecting. Orbital strike as well, but it doesn't quite catch on to much. Jason has the angle anyway. It's in B as well. Javi still perched up top.
Jason cerdas.
Drops down. Something in.
Tapi GE sakit banget, bos.
Turns 180.
Swing.
Tries to land more shots, but low
buset.
ammo. And that's where he goes and hits the deck. GE are tying things up soon.
Yeah, they've top decked an ace in that one, really. GE, great
Selamat sore game AW, salam interaksi, salam interaksi.
Get that walkabout. I'm thinking
salam
to myself,
olahraga.
I'd love to
salam
see
e-sports.
just Autumn show himself in that position, but then I looked towards the abilities and I saw that the convergent pass was available, and I'm thinking in that moment, Patman, rip that. You've got everything that you want in that position. Forsaken deploys the orbital kind of at the right time as a vision blocker and a stalling tactic so that Global can't get a full forced flank to come on out. But it doesn't work out in the end. GE come out again on top, 4 in a row.
Bagus, kerja bagus ini asisten saya.
As it is another party mix buy from Paper Rex. Some stingers, a sheriff, a bandit, and Jing may be the one with the captain.
Inisiatif dia, saya belum minta udah dikasih air, respect itu namanya.
To stop GE from sinking that Paper Rex ship and tying it up.
Ya, gonyet ini GE-nyet.
Oh,
GM itu gunning master kan.
Just the fact that getting a little bit trigger happy with these ultimates, but now
berarti GE ini
gonna build something up towards B. Whoa, that's
I've seen some Ferrari peaks in my time, but my oh my Forsaken. That one's a bit criminal.
Straight on through with the ultimates as well, trying to stop them in their tracks. Crystal in position, but the spike getting planted soon. He wants to peek, but that's where he gets punished. Jing, he's there to cover his teammates.
GE ini sering banget kena thrifty, Jing. Sumpah.
Oh my god, now something online as well.
Sering banget kena thrifty mereka. Di match pertama juga begitu mulu. Ah, kan kena thrifty lagi nih.
Here's the reload, you're right. Pat just trying to play the best of his ability around back, but it's 3 players up against 1. Paper Rex will scale on up.
Yeah, no tied scoreline in that one anymore for Global Esports. Paper Rex come out with a sorely needed round. It's been Bit of a while since they had a taste of that
Konten
one.
gue yang terakhir
That is
lucu
a
nggak, Cok?
crazy swing out from Forsaken, but yeah.
Gue happy banget. Gue happy banget.
AK getting the Cosmic Divide
Tim
down.
publisitas
and I
gue
think
bagus.
If he had another
Gue
couple
punya
of
tim
seconds to
publisitas
think
yang
about
bagus.
placement, probably would have changed it in that
Tim
moment.
kampanye gue bagus.
Time out from Global now.
There we go. Frost, I mean, he can feel it, he can smell it. Victory is right around the corner.
To be honest with you, victory is real plausible for GE. That slip up in that round could have been, you know, avoidable. Autumn missing a couple of those outlaw shots. Had he had a buddy with him, could have had some trades, could have played it a little bit differently. That Cosmic Divide that I already mentioned. Crystal just trying to maybe ego through the wall, a little bit too hungry by himself.
Makanya kalian pastikan follow semua sosial media saya dong.
Don't get me wrong, but they can have some massive penalties follow them later.
Can you imagine, bro? Can you imagine if GE actually wins this, bro? Huh? Can you imagine?
But otherwise, I mean,
can you imagine,
so far,
bro?
the potential definitely is there.
Frost sih benar-benar top tier coaches.
Got to be excited about.
Nanti kita beli biar bisa kita biar bisa kita bench. Ya. Itu adalah strategi saya untuk tahun 2026 ini. Kita punya dana untuk transfer itu tinggi sekali karena kita tidak ada penggantian pemain. Memang strategi saya adalah untuk membeli semua pemain bintang agar nanti bisa kita bench. Jadi kalau tadi sempat ada yang bertanya ya, apakah ada rencana untuk 6-man roster? Tidak. 15-man roster adalah rencana kita. Jadi kita punya 9 pemain bintang yang akan kita bench.
Who slipped into a smoke.
Interceptor as well. Hiding tucked inside the rest of the team. Pushing on through. Looking for the players.
Dotan.
Managed to get it. Autumn still alive inside
Dotan
the
mah
bats
buat
as
minum.
well.
Itu Dotan.
Finding a target. Will look to get the second,
maksa
but
banget.
Crystal denies.
Bukan
Autumn
permen.
still online. Looking for the best opportunity, but there goes the buy. Autumn putting him down.
And now the drift comes out from Autumn as well. He needs to find where both of
dua-duanya
these
di
DRX
U-Haul
members are for Patman to start to come out. Maybe you want to saturate in the lamps.
Dua-duanya di U-Haul.
Mantap
dong nih posisinya. Oke dong nih. Punya satu satchel, ketek, keluar, miss, king,
manages to land the flick. Patman with a kill at the end. GE are still in this game.
Yeah, he threw the saturate down as well, really forcing out the fight.
Alex sudah marah, jujur Alex sudah marah. Udah geram dia, udah geram.
Well done from GE. I thought there was a shambles moment when Device slips in between the truck and triple and gets a multi-frag to the back of sight. I thought that was Autumn maybe having all of the spaghetti fall out of the pockets there, but luckily enough, Crystal finds the kill onto something. It's this here kill that I'm talking about. If Autumn didn't get the trade, that would have been atrocious, unfortunately, for GE, but it works out nicely. Invi did get caught in the Pokeball at the end there. And it's double digits achieved for Global now. Here is that money situation I was talking about.
Ini kalau kalah, mereka ego next round, GE match point.
Invi is one off the Nightfall. Jinx 2 off the Showstopper. We could see them come in this round. We'll definitely see the Nightfall for Envy. Whether or not he wants to drop it, which he will, over towards Harvey AK. Jinx already in the back of the bloody site.
Oh my goodness.
Kan nge-throw lagi. GE tuh suka begini, Nyet. Dari map 1, sumpah sering nge-throw.
Long TP. I don't know if it's going to be enough, but here comes Euroton. Denied spike plant. Trying to flick on over, but the team is all onto him.
Wah, sumpah banyak nge-throw, Cok.
Planted. This round is gone.
Yudo finds that kill. I would have really rathered him just TP out of there. I am noticing that he's got this, you know, Vents TP that he's putting that's in the back of the site.
MU Arsenal berapa Jen? 1-0
quite often, right? If that one's still there, you can't use it. Wouldn't mind a bit more of a safer situation.
1-0 MU corner pertama Arsenal.
Just can, you know, back out after a kill.
Kartu kuning pertama MU.
That's cracker around though. Terus get in towards the site though.
Shot on target tinggian Arsenal.
Control. Get Jing sent in the site with the satchels. Doesn't even deploy the showstopper as well, by the way. Just gets in towards the back of site when the deafening is happening onto Harvey. That's 4 alive for them at the tail end as well. Just Patman to take one gun into the next round, which actually is really important, right? Harvey can fend for himself. Patman will drop one, but there is going to be a bit of a weaker state to Global Esports now, where we've got 2 series points for Paper X.
That's quite the tricky position to be in, but tell you what, they can make it happen.
Ote
This
nggak
is
ini,
a
Chat?
real team. PaperX being tested as well, but
Oh, Ote nih. Masa nggak Ote?
He's usually playing on A, guys. He's
just having a good time.
Terlalu parley, Mas.
Unfortunate. Not expecting that they're
Back-to-back
got so many
timeouts.
members through the showers, really. Trying to TP into risky positions. I mean, I was kind of explaining it on the veto, but same situation can kind of apply towards Autumn on this Yoru. Indeed. Another chit-chat with the coaching staff.
Back to
Pak GM update banget soal parley, tahu aja MU lagi under. Iya dong.
Probably max aggro for Frost.
Oh, max aggro.
No, he's always very vocal.
Nggak usah lah, makin lama RRQ main jujur. Jujur, ini studio ya. Kalau misalkan lagi winter gini, di luar tuh dingin banget. Di studionya panas, nyet.
Absolutely.
Hot
But now
gout.
with the 2 rounds remaining, are you going to be able to find them? Or is it just going to be another state where PaperX just close it in a close scoreline, right? 13-10 over on map number 1.
Things can be quite complex now, especially the agents and the ultimates online here.
Now, speaking of, I mean, Yudo Tan's got that evolution. They actually do manage to balance out a bit of a good set of weaponry at the end. 3 Vandals, Bucky, and a Guardian Crystal. It is going to be, though, Harvey with that Bucky, which is the weaker weapon, that is going to get really challenged over on this site. He just needs to retreat into what's
Autumn
going
ini
to play
sih.
for his life here.
Managed to do it.
Gak bohong,
We
Es.
also do have Autumn right around the site.
Nice incendiary Forsaken.
Mending nonton ini game atau M7-nya, mending nonton ini game lah. M7 buat apa nonton M7?
But there goes Envy, continuing to mark more angles.
Masih nanya.
Oh, this is going to be a big fight for Autumn, and he's just going to get one.
Itu arahan saya untuk kalian semua.
So as well, 3-on-3.
Very tight and close. Still though, GE trying to suss out these PaperX players.
Maaf, Jen, penasaran itu minum apa?
Check under yourself though. I don't think they do
Air.
at all.
Air putih.
Now they know,
Oh!
but there goes Forsaken.
Oh,
It's a 1v1. Orbital dropped. Javi on the hunt. He thinks he hears something, but he's running out of time. It's
Ya,
so
Safi lu
unfortunate.
abis ngetek
Forsaken
bikin
hiding
suara.
underneath.
Aduh.
Right time, right place, striking while the iron is hot. It's another map
anjing.
closed out, 13-10. This series goes out
Abis
2-1.
Now, PaperX with the victors. A lot
Dia
of
langsung
people are
lari-lari,
expecting
udah bingung
a
dia.
massively deep run
Oh, nice try.
for Santiago. Top
Nice
seed
try, dia
now
nice
with
try,
T1
nice try.
falling.
Jujur,
But
nice
Global
try.
Esports, a new look to this squadron, is really showcasing
Jujur,
good
saya kebelat kencing.
tests in the server. A lot
Saya
that
kebelat
they're going to be able
kencing.
to
Saya
learn
kencing
from the
dulu
back
ya.
of this one, but you know that there is going to be a bit of a foul-mouthed taste at the back of it. You know that Frost thinks they could have won this. The players in the server know that they could have won this one, but as history has been seen for Frost specifically, PaperX get the better of you again.
Absolutely. You know what? I'll add a caveat to that. Just for now.
For now?
Do believe,
Yeah, true.
At some point, this G really could, because this is one of those games that you really do just have to shake your opponent's hands at the end of it and say GG, because it was really that close.
And as much as, you know, something, for example, wants to still support Patman on the stage and see him on the stage, you know that at the end of the day, there can only be one victor. They would love to see them over in Santiago as well. PaperX, GE, get Patman there too, get back onto the international stage. These guys, they would all love that. But we know here in Pacific that we have such high caliber teams in competition that it is anyone's game. I mean, look at the results from yesterday. That speaks innings of itself.
100%. This is going to be an exciting year, ladies and gents. PaperX, of course, moving on up in this bracket. But for now, we're going to toss it down over to the stage with Bella and PaperX.
Hi guys, it's Bella. I am going to go and talk to the PaperX boys. And my interviewee for today, hello Jing.
Hello.
안녕하세요. Would you join me on stage? Come. Right here. 네, PaperX의 찡 선수 인터뷰 만나보도록 하겠습니다. 박수 부탁드리겠습니다. 네, 오늘 글로벌 e스포츠를 상대로 2대1 승리를 가져가게 된 PaperX입니다.
Hello.
오늘 이전 팀원인 팬맨 선수 선수가 함께한 만큼 되게 까다로워 보였던
punya
순간들도
stream.
많았을 것 같고
Pak
이렇게
GM
내부
punya
사정을
stream.
잘 알고 있는 팬맨 상대로 경기를 풀어봤을 때
What the fuck are you
얼마나
doing?
이게 오늘 경기 운영에 좀 영향을 미쳤는지 물어보고 싶습니다. Hello,
Wah,
Jay.
kurang ajar nih,
Congrats
lama-lama
on your
kurang
win.
ajar nih asisten gue ya.
Yeah, it seemed a little bit of that Batman had the way
Kacau.
kind of affected the
Nggak
way
bisa
you guys
gitu
played
dong.
today, right?
Yes.
I mean, he is the one that is very familiar
Yes,
with how
I
you
know.
guys roll. So how much of his knowledge about how you
Bisa
guys
aja nih, Dek,
roll
Victoria ini nih.
affect your gameplay today?
Kacau nih.
I think like the fact that we knew Penman
Di samping ini analis des ya, saudara-saudara. Saya zoom out dikit biar kalau pada mampir kalian bisa melihat nanti.
But I think overall the
GM
game was
abusive.
alright, and yeah, I mean, I think since this is our first game, like we still needed time to warm up, but I think we should be fine for next game.
아무래도 팬맨 선수가
GM yang
팀
asli.
운영
GM yang
방식을
asli itu
많이 알고
saya.
있는 만큼 조금
Saya
조율을
GM yang
하다
asli.
보니까
Anda
변화를
jaga
조금
pembicaraan
과하게
Anda ya. Anda
준
jaga
부분도
mulut
없지 않아
Anda.
있었던 것 같다고
Saya
얘기를
kerja
해줬습니다.
capek-capek Anda
하지만
bilang
오늘
GM palsu,
킥오프
kurang
첫
ajar Anda.
경기인 만큼 아직 예열이 덜 됐지만 남은 시즌
Yang bilang saya
자신
game
있을
palsu,
것
time out
같다고
mode.
찡 선수가 이야기를 해줬습니다.
SNGK
안
Kai, welcome
그래도
to
또
membership.
페이퍼렉스도 새로운
Ayo,
선수
semuanya
인비를
bilang,
영입하고 나서
GLHFSon, GM
익숙한
Aing.
인비 선수를
Kayak
영입한
gitu semuanya.
다음에 찡 선수는 좀
Kurang
어떻게 팀의
ajar.
변화나 분위기에 대해서 느끼고 있는지 물어보도록 하겠습니다. Well, you guys have a new face on your roster as well. We can't not talk about
Kacau.
Envy. What does he bring to the table for you guys? How's the dynamic change been like?
I mean, I think he's generally a really confident player, and like he knows what he wants to do, and of course he has really insane
Saya
mechanics,
game yang
so
asli.
Sometimes he would just win us like 1 or 2 rounds by himself. So yeah, I mean overall I think we're still we can still improve from here because he's only
Time
been
out,
with us
yang
for,
bilang
like,
saya game palsu,
maybe
time out.
a month of actual practice, but yeah, I mean I still see us improving every day, and
Time out.
yeah.
일단은 되게 자신감 있는 인비 선수를 합류하고 나서 뭐 기술적인 면이나 이런 거에서도 아주 뛰어난 기량을 갖고 있는 선수기 때문에 만족을 하고 있다고
Saya merasa saya tidak dihargai gitu loh pekerjaan saya kalau misalkan begitu caranya.
때문에 갈게 완벽하게
tapi
합을
serius ya,
맞추려면
emang
조금은
at this point kalian
남았지만
nyangka
아주 긍정적으로 인비 선수의
game palsu?
합류를 느끼고 있다고 이야기를 해줬습니다. 그리고
Lu
찡
beneran
선수의
kerja,
제트에
anjing.
대해서도
Gila, bego
많은
lu semua.
분들이 되게 반가워하면서도 좀 어떻게 느끼고 있는지에 대해서 들어보고
Gila, bego lu
싶습니다. 뭐 다른 팀원들이 제트를 워낙 잘 다루기도 하지만 찡 선수는 얼마나 제트를
Streamnya
선호하는지
delay
그리고
Sonia
좀
karena gue pakai
느끼는
clean feed. Gue langsung dari
제트는
sini chat.
어떤 점이 다르다라고 이야기할 수
Jadi
있는지
biar sama
물어보도록
kayak feed yang di
하겠습니다.
apa
Well, we
namanya
saw you on the jet
di
today too, Jay.
VCT Pacific ada delay
How
dikit.
comfortable are you with it? Do you like it when you have other good jet players on the team as well? Yeah. What would you say is different about Jing's jet?
I mean, I think I probably haven't played Jet in a tournament since like maybe 2022 or 2023, but I really like to play Jet and it's kind of fun. So yeah, I'm really happy to play Jet.
Like dulu chat, like dulu chat.
처음으로 제트를 맞기도 했지만 사실
Like dulu
자기
chat,
되게
like dulu
제트하는
chat.
거 좋아한다고 찡 선수가 나 제트 좋아해라고 이렇게
Like dulu chat.
밝혀줬습니다. 이렇게 해서 페이퍼렉스의 찡 선수 인터뷰
Chat,
만나봤습니다.
like dulu chat.
Thank you, Jing, and congrats again.
Thank you.
Yeah, and we're gonna be back after DFM versus RQ match. Say bye. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Nah ini baru. Now this is the real match, boys. Pertandingan sebelumnya itu hanya appetizer ya. Ya, biasanya kan kalau di laga boxing itu big match-nya itu dibuka dengan appetizer. Yang tadi itu appetizer saja. Yang tadi itu hanya appetizer. Yang tadi itu hanya appetizer. Ya. Hanya inilah istilah kata untuk mengisi kekosongan waktu saja.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, GE though, very good game from them. Great series overall. This is exactly what I wanted to see. I felt like Breeze was definitely winnable. Bind was definitely winnable, and they kind of stopped them on split. So it's the excitement that I wanted to
WP
see.
sama
from
Jason,
GE.
Jin.
It looked like Patman was
WP
out
sama
today.
Cahyo mau nggak sama Cahyo? Gue panggil apa Cahyo?
Pretty much everybody on the roster, so make no mistake, GE is looking like a top team in Pacific. Couldn't get the dub, unfortunately, today, but still very
Makanya Anda
exciting
jaga
stuff.
mulut Anda. Ya. Anda jaga mulut Anda. Ini main card. Ini kita sudah mau masuk main card. Ya. Kita sudah mau masuk main card. Kita Indonesia Raya dulu nggak sih menurut lu?
Patman we were talking
Kita
about.
Indonesia Raya dulu nggak sih?
Man on a mission. I have never seen the
Menurut lu gimana,
so
Chat?
bloodthirsty, but you know what? He needed to be unlocked.
Biasanya kita selalu menang kalau kita Indonesia Raya dulu. Berarti ini Afselnya kita ganti sama USNA dong. Berarti kita udah nggak ada apa namanya?
This is something you know, we were talking about it. We saw it
Samina dong. Udah nggak ada Shakira ya kita ya.
We want to keep seeing this, and then they end up putting him on that duelist role, and I think it is absolutely fantastic to see him this way. What I'm curious is this just Pat versus Paper Rex, or is this a Pat that we will continue to see throughout the rest of the
can
season
you
here in
see?
Pacific? And we are going to be having a special guest on our desk, and who
Berikan dukungan kalian,
can
Cak.
answer this
Berikan dukungan kalian, come on.
Um,
Saatnya kumandangkan Indonesia Raya itu.
Oh my goodness, we can't
Itu menurut gua.
strangle you before. You did so good today. Anyway, yeah, so this scoreline ended up being really close. I thought we were actually going to go into an overtime here.
Udah nggak bisa Samina-mina, udah nggak ada Samina-mina.
You guys did so freaking good today. And we were, like, first of all, how do you feel about how that went?
No words right now. It was so close. Paper X is so good, and we almost had them.
Yeah, you really did. Like, I thought everything. I thought, you know, we would
Aduh,
be
we are Charlie.
having you here for a winner's interview, but honestly, it was so damn close. And when we were just discussing Pat, he just looked bloodthirsty,
we are
man on a
Charlie.
mission. Like, was it specifically against
Masa
Paper
we
Rex,
are
or
Charlie?
have you been seeing this side of him all throughout practices?
Anjing,
Pat's really
lucu
like
lagi,
that. Even in
brengsek.
scrims, he
Yeah.
drops those numbers.
Anjing lucu
Really
sih.
good.
I mean, I'm loving it right now. And you too, the last match we didn't get to have a chat with you, but you were putting out fantastic numbers on the Astra
Lawan New
as
DFM.
well.
Apa yang perlu kita
Tell me,
takutkan
like,
dari
how
New
how you
DFM?
feel about these
Apa
maps,
yang
like
perlu kita
split?
takutkan dari
Did
New
you,
DFM?
Did you know it was going to be
New
in the bag the
DFM
moment you
of
wanted to
playstyle,
come out?
so what?
Oh, that was their map.
We are
pick,
way better
but
than them.
I think with the knowledge of Pat,
Ya.
we
Yang
kinda
penting
had a good
mereka
read on them.
tidak
Yeah.
nyerah.
So, yeah, it was good.
Yang penting kalau
Yeah,
kita
it feels
ketinggalan,
like they've
kita
been playing
fight
a lot of
back.
the same kind of comps. I know that Frost has already played against similar styles from PRX in the past with double duelists, and he's had to prepare for those kind of games before. Pat's obviously played with them. So did you guys feel like comfortable, like you have a good read? Because I feel like most teams in Pacific are like, please don't make me
Nyanyinya
play
sambil
against
megang
Paper
leher
X,
bot.
but you guys looked well prepared and definitely looked like you could have won that series.
I mean, we were prepared. Like we did our best, but they
Lucu
just
lagi.
better.
I mean,
Anjing, kenapa
that's
lucu ya?
classic Paper X though.
Itu harusnya
isn't it?
lucu nggak sih,
Even
Chat?
if you have a good read or you play well on the day,
Itu harusnya lucu nggak
they
sih?
can still win.
Anjing.
It's hard, man.
It's very hard.
What do you think you can beat them though? Was there something missing, like that you would have changed, an adjustment that, like, man, we would have won if just we fixed this one little thing, or we were, you know, had a
Tenang
little
aja.
bit more
Ini lama nih. Ini gue ke sebelah.
Right now, I don't know.
Mereka tuh ada di sebelah gue.
Okay.
I know we can beat them.
Gue perlukah
but
langsung kayak,
Okay.
udah, ini lama sekali
Yeah.
sih. Ayo buru,
I mean, that was
cepat.
fantastic showing. We were interviewing Alex earlier on the desk, and he had faith that you guys could definitely beat them. But he expected to be further down the line, and I guess it still will
Tenang
be
aja,
down
Chat,
the line.
tenang
But you
aja,
guys
Chat. This
came
is
really
our
close
year.
today. I want to ask
Okay,
how
guys,
has it been
listen.
on this team for
Guys,
you
listen.
under Frost?
Listen, guys.
Frost has said he's been giving you a really hard time.
We
You guys
won't
have, like,
let you
butted
down.
Heads, a lot of
I
friction,
won't
and
let
you've
you
just been
down.
like, what did I sign myself
This year
up
is
for?
our year, okay?
What's it like?
Tangkam itu baik-baik.
I mean, that's true. Whatever Frost said is very true. But I think it's comes with it. Comes
Yeah.
with being IGL for Frost. And like slowly, we're just working it out. It's teaching me a lot. Stressful, but it's like meaningful.
And how is it to IGL in this team where you have a lot of people who are quite vocal? Like
Minta
I
Red Bullnya
know
aja.
Autumn's quite a
Ini ya.
vocal player.
Are those Red Bulls only for the
Pat's obviously
commercial?
quite vocal,
Or they can-
you know,
or you can
playing Info
actually
Unit,
drink them?
and Crystal was previously IGL in Global as well, and he's playing Info
Ah,
Unit
aku
right now,
mau-
so I'm sure he's doing a lot of comms. Does it help to have a lot of voices? Because I've coached teams where a lot of people are talking and it's actually a bit too chaotic. And you
Laporan
can't
dulu,
decide on a
laporan
plan
dulu.
sometimes.
I wouldn't say it's chaotic. Like there's a lot of ideas, but most of the time they just give the ideas and then I'll be the final
Sampai
say.
kalah sound out ya.
Number
Kalian harus
And,
ingat dulu dong.
Speaking of ideas, how do you guys come
Ingat
up
dulu
with these comps? A
dong.
lot of it has Frost,
Kalau
you know,
menang,
sort of signature style
itu
there.
semua
How much input do you have as the IGL
perjuangan saya.
and the rest of the team?
Kalau kalah,
Mostly they make
Itu
the
bukan
calls,
salah
the
saya.
coaches, Balax, Vladkor, Platoon,
itu kalian
Fort,
harus ingat.
Platoon,
Kalian mau lihat
and Frost.
sesuatu dulu nggak?
Yeah.
And then they show it
Gue
to
kasih
us.
kalian
We
tunjuk.
like
Ini
it,
kalian
do
kayaknya
it.
juga nggak
If there's
peduli-peduli
minor
banget sama
adjustments,
Safi
like
ya.
the players will say
Iya.
something.
Gue kasih
But
tunjuk.
so far, it's been them.
Bentar,
Okay,
Hem.
all right. And one last thing, anything you want to say to your GE fans? Because you guys have started like getting the fans back on board for global esports.
GE fighting, of course, and hopefully we'll get them next time. And thank you guys for supporting. And for the next few games, we'll do our best.
Thank you so much, Javi. Again, amazing performances your last 2 matches. And yeah, we'll see you around next time. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Alrighty, there you go. Match MVP for Jing. But you've got to give a shout out to Patman for sure. I mean, he was insane this series. If I could give the MVP to Patman, I would have given the MVP to Patman. But Jing had a good series, and you've seen him play the Jet as well. So, look, I think a little bit of agent flexibility and very consistent across all 3 maps too.
Yeah, that's right. Jing has been really surprising. I think he's been on agents that have always surprised us a little bit. Whenever he gets off that raise, when we saw the Joman for the very first time, that surprised us as well. He did play Sentinel, I think, once on Haven, and we didn't enjoy that so much. But on the Jet, I won't say he's the best Jet on Paper X so far, but it's still a bit of a learning curve there, and they still found success anyway.
You got so many potential Jets. Forsaken, we've seen him on the Jet before. You've seen Ilya on the Jet in the past. So yeah, it's hard to live up to, but he did his job, and I think he even maybe a top frag that game of Breeze. So not bad.
Exactly. Now, while we are setting up for another guest, today's a very exciting day on the desk. We are going to be setting up because we have RRQ coming up next in the next match. So we have Son here from RRQ. Congratulations on your new role as the GM of RRQ.
This man, that's you got a shiny badge.
You don't even have this when you're the coach, no?
I never got something like this.
Is this part of the upgrades that you've been implementing since joining this org?
With the value that I bring to the team, this is one of them.
This is...
you made the budget so for this.
Yes. As the
first thing you did is you gave yourself a promotion.
Yes.
Smart.
Smart. See? As the
I
GM,
like how you think.
As the GM, you have to make sure that the people around you respect you. So I want them to remember that I am the GM of RRQ.
I like that. You should just have a shirt that says GM on it, just in case anyone forgets.
I love GM Son like that.
Yes, something like this. And then you could have a whole new line of merch from RRQ.
Oh my God, that actually makes sense. John, write that down.
Yeah, his assistant. But I want to ask you about your journey. You know, you were once known as Indonesia's last hope. You were the caster for that magnificent Ascension game in Jakarta. You were the push-up guy from Masters Tokyo. And now you found yourself in esports on the other side as the GM. Like, what was that transition like? Do you like being on this side? Do you miss the spotlight?
Well, I think I actually deserve this from the day one. Yeah, I think Epi has made a mistake not to take me as GM since day one.
Yeah.
Can you imagine what I can do to RRQ if they make me a GM since day one? I think we win champions already. So, yeah.
I think that
you look totally impressed.
I'm on board. I'm so part of the train.
I mean, what were some of the things you've improved since joining RRQ?
This?
Yes, definitely the badge.
And then I'm also the designer for our next jersey. And we also have been planning to... some people are asking whether we're going to have a 6-man or not.
Yeah.
I think we're going to have a 15-man roster this year. Because we have a lot of budget for transfer. We don't buy any players.
Yeah.
But we're going to buy every star players from the other team and then bench them.
That's genius, actually.
That is actually the play.
We're going to buy Forsaken.
Yes.
We're gonna buy Patman. We're gonna buy who else? Name me every star players from other teams. I will buy them and I'll bench them.
Texture. Oh, we got a lot of people.
Meteor, everyone.
And the budget is approved.
Yes.
Budget's approved.
Yes.
Indonesia whole bank account is behind it.
Yes.
Okay. I like this.
All right. Before we send you off, any words to the RRQ fans to give them hope?
We won't let you down. I won't let you down. This year is our year.
All right, this is the year for RRQ. Thank you so much, Son, GM of RRQ. Crazy seeing you on this side of esports right now. And so a lot of changes for RRQ in terms of everything except the roster. This is the only team who hasn't changed their player roster. They've only changed their coach and GM.
They got rid of the very fraudulent coach that was previously on the roster. So I think that's a massive upgrade if I was to ask. Honestly,
mahal nggak menurut lu?
I'm interested to see what RRQ can put together this
mahal
year.
Nggak? Mahal dong.
How would I describe it? I feel like watching RRQ last year, each of these players, except for maybe Jemkin, who just frags no matter what, has had dips and peaks. And I feel like usually when you see those dips and peaks, sometimes that does lead to a period where someone will get replaced, but they've had a very steady roster over the entire year. So it's interesting to see no transfers once again. They're going to run it back with the same roster. They've even had Nats sitting in the wings at one point, and I was watching
not
Nats
only
into
talk the talk. Harusnya gue ngomong itu ya
surely
tadi.
he's going to
Anjing.
get the move up into
Next ya
this
kalau misalkan
RRQ
gue
roster.
interview lagi.
Didn't end up happening, but they're going to back themselves to run it back for
Anjing gue
kickoff
baru
here once
kepikiran
again.
bangsat.
And I do want to ask you about Crazy Guy. You know, he came in later
Di
in the
tahap ini
season.
menurut
and
lu penonton
he's
Visit
proving to be
Pacific
such a
percaya nggak?
fantastic pickup, especially to represent
Menurut
Vietnam.
lu penonton
Yeah, he
Visit
was
Pacific
great.
percaya
He was
nggak?
really a part of the roster that we needed. We needed someone to have that leadership role inside. It's someone that we've been looking for a long time. And we didn't necessarily know it would come in the form of Crazy Guy and would come at the timing as what it did when Estrella stepped away from the roster. But in the end, I guess everything kind of worked out really well, and that is what we needed.
I actually want to ask you, what were those missing pieces that he brought in? That,
Besok kagak boleh interview lagi sama Sir Epi.
So sometimes, for me, it was
Menurut
kind of
lu
just, I was
tahap
looking for
ini,
the right figure.
orang-orang
for me to
Visit
work
Pacific kan
together,
pasti
with
kagak
the
tahu
IGL.
konteksnya kan.
There was times when
Di tahap ini
Flipsider and I
mereka
got
pasti
along
percaya
really
kan
well,
gue GM.
and it did work, but then of course
Iya
there
dong,
was some
strategi
issues
gue
on
masuk
the
akal
tracking
nggak?
side.
Kalau
We
kita
needed-
punya
we needed
duitnya,
some
kita
more
jalankan
fracking, and
strategi
when
itu.
Estrella was
Dan
there as
kita
well,
memang
there was
ada
times
duitnya.
when both of them, if they're having a little bit of like a IGL type of mechanical performance, then we don't have enough firepower on the team. So then we made some moves in terms of Estrella taking over as IGL, and then we just needed someone to where I could connect a little bit better for this.
Percaya Region ID jadi kiblat
well, it
pemain.
ended up proving really well, and I believe we have some highlight moments from you know, the best of RRQ.
Yeah, stage 2. I mean, you saw the across
year
the
is
board
our year.
performance
Ini
there
pertandingan yang
from
kita tunggu-tunggu,
most of the
Cak. Come
players.
on, man.
RRQ a team
Come
where
on, man.
yes, Jemkin leads from the
This
front, but
is-
when they're at their best, they get it done
This
by
is the
committee.
day
Everyone
we
kind of
witness
pitches
our
in
first win.
their own way and has
Start
their own
of
place
a
in
greatness.
RRQ. So you see some of the highlights there in the stage 2 run that RRQ did have.
Yeah, I think especially that's why we see no roster change. It's something where I was there towards the end. There wasn't a particular player on the roster where I felt like it definitely needs to be a change, or we need to make a major upgrade, or there was
Jadi lu
someone
apa?
available
Lah saya
potentially
GM.
in that position.
Saya
And I think that's
GM,
why
Anda
you
jangan
see also
masalah,
Jovic
jangan
coming
bikin
in and
masalah. Saya
also
ini GM loh. Saya
evaluating
butuh
what he's
tunjukkan.
seen and then also
Buktinya
decided,
apa
okay,
kalau
we're
lu
not going
GM
to be
Son?
making a
Gue tunjukin lagi,
change.
Bot.
That's so interesting.
Kalau
'cause I
misalkan lu nggak
remember
percaya
at
gue
the
game,
end of,
gue tunjukin lagi dulu.
2024,
Sekali lagi,
you know,
gue tunjukin.
RQ was slowly upgrading.
Kalau misalkan lu nggak percaya,
changing,
saya
things.
tunjukkan.
Upgrading, I don't mean
Saya bisa
just in
tunjukkan ke
terms of
kalian.
players,
Saya itu
but in
game.
terms of play style, coaching staff
Ini.
even. And then finally, it looks like, you know,
Saya
you
bisa
had the
tunjukkan.
roster
Saya bisa
that
buktikan
could
kenapa saya itu
really
GM.
carry you through, and then you got fired and ended up here.
Just to play my own case here, I don't know about the fired word. This
No, he
fired
wasn't
word is
fired.
great.
That's
Yeah.
like me making fun of it. He definitely was not fired. It was his own choice. But I also
But
want
yeah, I
Saya
do
buktikan
understand.
saya itu GM.
In terms of it looks, it's a bit strange.
Yeah.
Mau kode PB,
Yeah.
saya bisa kasih.
Every year
Hah?
we're kind of improving, and then everything.
Kalian
is
mau
better.
bagi voucher,
And
saya
it looks
bisa
good,
kasih.
And then I
Saya ini
went away.
GM.
Yeah, that's the day. Maybe a story for
like
another.
a
Saya ini
cheerleader,
GM.
you know, like kind of
Yeah.
passing the mantle. Like I've set you up
GM
for
lo saya
success,
ini lo.
and now it is
Anda
on
mau
for you
voucher,
to
kode
take.
voucher, saya
But I
kasih.
do want to look at Cushy. This was a pickup. He was, you know, scouted by
Bisa
quite a
custom
number
itu.
of teams.
Saya memang
actually.
jujur nyetaknya di
Quite a
Senen.
number of successful teams,
Jujur.
and he was at
Saya nyetaknya di
Initiator
Senen.
that we're looking at. But his stats, you know, we were wondering what was happening to Cushy throughout the season.
Saya jujur, saya
Yeah, I mean,
nyetaknya
in
di
kickoff, he looked
Senen.
like he was a Rookie of the Year candidate. He was looking phenomenal on Sova in particular. He had amazing first bullet accuracy.
Lucu kali ya kalau jadi
He was
merch ya.
clutching
Siapa
up
yang
from
setuju ini dijadiin
RRQ,
merch?
So he really kind of exploded into Pacific very early on in the year, even though RRQ didn't actually make that deep of a run and went down to Nongshim, interestingly enough. As the year went on, as mentioned before, like you see RRQ as a team that gets it done by committee. Stage 1, he's just okay, but as an info unit, especially flexing into a lot of different roles and picking up things like Teo, KO, even flexing Senti a little bit, he had to change up his roles quite a few times. You know, you see the performance drop off a little bit, but then into stage 2 and
Lah
another
memangnya
drop
kenapa
again,
kalau saya
and he
bikin di
goes from
Senen?
this
Semua
player that
GM di
I
dunia
feel
bikin
like
di
could
Senen,
be
bro.
a third star really of RRQ behind Jemkin and Monya to being a player that doesn't necessarily have as much impact, and maybe you're more so looking at Xfero to
Ini
get some of
baru
those
ini.
impact
Ayo,
performances
tolong
and
ini
touches,
dong.
in the game.
Clipper, tolong bikinkan. Ini arahan saya kepada para Clipper di Indonesia. MC Slasher itu sudah tidak ada di Pasifik. Dia sudah bukan pemain franchise. Sudah tidak perlu dibikinkan lagi klipnya ganteng-ganteng. Ya, bikinkan saya dan juga Kushi. Ya. Kalian ini harus melihat peluang itu ada di mana. Ya.
And coach, yes. I think this is what DFM really needed. We saw stats blow through the roof from all members and not just me.
I really liked watching them, and especially on their defense side. I think it was maybe the very first round on Breeze versus Genji, where they did a 5-on-5 retake on the A side on Abyss. Rather, and it was so clean, and they kept on doing
Game
it.
Fnatic juga bikin di situ. Game Fnatic juga bikin di situ.
I really liked how they moved with the Yoru around.
Saya justru dapat linknya dari beliau.
There's such an improvement that they've made so far.
Jadi yang utamanya Anda.
But the way that they piloted that Yoru Waylay, they had so many different styles and setups where you had them doing A main dives, you had them with mid walks, you had them so many different looks, keeping their opponents guessing. Now this is something I wanted to highlight. You see Sessa's stats here. Pacific Stage 2 and Pacific Stage 1, I believe, is what I was looking for. He was the lowest rated player in Pacific,
menurut saya biasa aja. Mid.
Hate to kind of point that out.
Seperti posisi mereka setelah pertandingan ini, middle bracket.
Not even good for half a kill around, you know, and I didn't really feel like DFM had crazy kind of strats either. Now you're seeing him in the controller role, which he's previously playing, and he's actually able to deliver some impact in the server, and the calling looks a lot better. So if Sess is the floor of DFM, and he's able to actually pull his weight, this is a team that has a lot more depth.
Oh, absolutely. And
Kaide, he's a player, he looks so confident. Satu-satunya streamer yang memanfaatkan fasilitas Oxboard.
And one of the questions we had for these newer members was, can they still carry the performance from, you know, peak Riddle Order onto the
bisa sambil berdiri, bisa sambil nunjuk-nunjuk, ya kan?
Ended up doing it. His veto was
dong. Bisa sambil begini.
We were watching Yudaton earlier, and it looked really good for the veto, and another guy that does play the veto really well is Kaide. So, and I think right now, a lot of the teams, they don't really know exactly how to play against it. We just saw Jing with all his showstoppers, you mentioned it so well for us. So right now, I think if you can play the veto really well, you maybe have a little bit of an upper hand over some of the teams. And I wonder how prepared RRQ is to play against the veto like that.
Kalian ada, tolong, saya butuh bantuan kalian, chat. Di sini ada nggak yang kenal bocil-bocil Papeda? Yang Papeda 3.000-an yang beli. Enggak sabaran. Saya mau kontaknya. Saya mau bayar mereka untuk promosi bandel RRQ. Bandel RRQ 100.000-an yang beli dapat pahala. Bandel RRQ tiada dua. Tolong kasih ke saya kontaknya anak-anak Papeda tersebut.
To be honest, if they're good on bind, I can take no responsibility. I did not teach them. There's nothing. My bind so far is my win rate on bind is
Fuck you,
not great.
Pepper Team.
Yes, so viewers are seeing what I'm seeing right now. I'm seeing a very strong DFM. RQ's good, but there have been changes
hanya quick
in
count.
the coaching staff. And
Ini
you
hanya quick
honestly were such a big part of RRQ.
Saya mau recount.
And not, you know,
Ini
Jovi, I
hanya quick
haven't
count.
seen him as head coach since
Saudara-saudara sekalian.
Game Changer, so
Ini
I'm
hanya
not really
quick count.
sure what his style is going to land. But I've already been
Jangan
sold by
percaya
DFM.
dengan quick count.
They did look really good. So I think it makes sense why we see people are really excited to and
Jangan
actually
percaya
think
dengan
they
quick
have a
count.
winning chance here for RQ. I think this could be a really tricky match.
This is going to be
Kita
a really
tunggu
tricky
hasil real
matchup, but we
count.
do have to send to the stage and welcome our two teams. First time we're seeing RRQ this year in 2026. RRQ versus DFM.
Kita udah sujud duluan ya? Gimana kalau kita udah sujud duluan, bro? Kita sujud duluan gak sih? Gimana menurut lu? Kalau kita sujud duluan gimana, Ces? Kita sujud duluan gak sih menurut lu? Kita sujud duluan. Ya gak sih, Chat? Getar gue dengerin. Tenang ini. Oh, shit. Matiin. Gue mesti matiin nih, gue mesti matiin chat. Anjay, kameranya respect.
RRQ.
It's kickoff day 4, and it's the first time we're seeing RRQ enter the stage.
It's okay. I got it from
Oh,
here.
yeah? Okay.
This is RRQ time. We see Jovi.
Let's go, RRQ!
For his first time at kickoff, leading the boys
Smash
out.
them!
Oh, you see the squad coming out. The boys are looking
Let's
good.
go,
Oh, they're getting
RRQ!
rushed. Okay. Let's slow it down a little bit. Oh, let's see.
How do we rate
nice
these fist
chemistry.
bumps?
Chemistry? Oh, some
Oh.
6-7 memes.
Oh.
Okay.
I don't think you would have whiffed the high five fist bump at the end there.
I would
Jovi's
not
got a
have
little
done the
bit of
6-7.
You would not have. You would have pointed him back down the stairs and sent him off the stage.
This is a new era of RRQ.
Definitely the Jovi era there with the 6-7 going on.
Ini
But
tim
you
gue
did
nih.
leave
Ini
RRQ
tim
in a
aing.
fantastic state,
Tim aing, ini tim aing,
winning
anjing.
the first Pacific Trophy and of course going to internationals. But they are going to be facing against DFM. DFM qualifying to their first playoffs last year, but this year they've upgraded even further. They've taken down not only Paper X last year, you're killing me, Swag, but they also beat Gen G.
Tapi
just
Akame
the
kelihatannya
other
asik
day.
ya orangnya
They've
ya.
taken down 2 Masters Trophy winning teams.
Kelihatannya Akame orangnya
I think
asik ya, Chat.
T1 should be quicking their boots around the corner, but for now, first they have
Kayaknya
to
Akame
face
orangnya
against
asik nggak sih, Chat?
RRQ, and I have to say they're walking
Bentar, Mas,
still
kameranya, Mas.
the best here in Pacific.
Yeah, absolutely. DFM just keep
Kayak
breaking
Akame orangnya
through
asik ya.
barriers. They broke through the playoff barrier. They overcame a 4-series loss streak against Gen G and got a dominant win over
Akame
them.
orangnya
They're
asik
going to
ya.
have to step up to a new level today against RRQ
curang
because
pakai
their
main.
initial opponent Gen G
Kita punya
was in
Jemkin.
pretty poor form in that series, and DFM is looking
Total
better than ever.
KPR-nya paling
But I
tinggi.
don't think they're going to dog walk RRQ like they did Gen G.
I'm sure the Japanese fans are hoping that DFM is going to look
Let's
as
go,
good a
RRQ!
server as they are
Come
on
on,
this
boys!
walkout. And I'm curious to see going straight into
Smack
this
their
Haven.
ass!
It's something that's been comfortable for RRQ for a very
So
long
asik
time.
semuanya, so asik.
So it is
DFM
very
so asik.
interesting that DFM is
Heaven
going to go
Korot
for the
Bind,
Haven.
sesuai yang gue kasih
Yeah,
tahu.
for sure.
Nice,
I mean,
nice.
that double duelist style really fit your personnel on RRQ. You're playing the
Ini sesuai yang gua
Yoru,
kasih
Neon,
arahan
and
nih.
other
Bagus,
teams
bagus,
really
bagus.
started to pick that up as a strong style after you guys started to innovate a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm also wondering now if Jovi will make
Ini
any
sesuai yang gua
changes
kasih tahu.
to the
Gua
things
suka
that
nih.
did work last
Ya.
year because
Mereka
I'm
ngedengerin
sure
gua.
they have brand new ideas as well. What kind of approaches are you hoping to see from RRQ?
I definitely am hoping to see new things, and it's something that I would expect to see. As the
Bagus
meta
ini, bagus.
evolves, you need to make sure that you're always bringing in new things, right? So I hope he is putting his own stamp on it, and they're testing out some new things, taking some of the old fundamentals and stuff that is already there, and then building on top of it.
For sure. I mean, RRQ, you've seen them hit some very high heights and become one of the best teams in Pacific, even winning a stage last year. They don't want to be one
Suara lu
of these
tembus
teams
Mikaeser,
that have been
gimana nggak
seeded
tembus?
ahead
Orang
in
gua di
the
sebelahnya
bracket
persis.
and be a little bit sluggish to start.
Emang Bain
here in
RRQ
kickoff.
bagus, Pak,
So,
bagus.
Haven being picked
Bagus,
into them,
bagus.
it's a
Itu
map
udah
they're
kita
well
rahasiakan
familiar
dari
with. You've
3
seen
tahun
many
yang lalu.
Japanese teams in
Sebenarnya
off-seasons
kita tuh
win
bisa
many
main
games of
Bain.
Haven,
Ya.
and the
Sebenarnya
quote
kita
from
tuh
DFM
bisa
is
sekali main
actually
Bain.
kinda wild.
Cuman
This is
kita
a
memilih
PRX
untuk
looking
menyimpan
comp I've never
strategi
seen
utama
once.
kita di
That's
Bain
double,
Flashes,
sebelum
with Kaide on the Phoenix and you're throwing
kedatangan
Yatsuka
saya.
on the chamber.
Pas saya datang, saya tanya kenapa nggak dikeluarkan strategi Bainnya? Karena kita begini, keluarkan sekarang.
And then RRQ is going to go for the classic, going for the Gen G type style Viper comp. It's something that we
Seperti
actually
itu.
played
Ya.
for a while,
Jadi
but we never.
tidak perlu khawatir
I think we
dengan
never
Bain.
played it official.
Semua
We
itu
did
sudah
play the Viper,
diperbaiki.
with the
Dari
Sky
hari
back
pertama
then,
saya datang,
and then the Sky
saya
got nerfed and we
langsung
actually never played it.
memberikan
So some of these
arahan
boys have
Bain
some
perbaiki.
experience playing this comp
Seperti
from
itu.
before.
Ya.
I
Saya
wanna
datang,
ask you,
Perintah
who's
saya
your
pertama
favorite
sebagai
Neon
GM,
on RRQ?
perbaiki Bain.
Oh, favorite Neon?
Yeah.
Have you seen
Tolong
Jack
perbaiki
and Neon?
Bain. Demi map pool kita
I don't
lebih
think
kuat
we
seperti itu.
officially- yeah.
Kalau
So
misalkan
have
Bain
you-
tidak
that's
diperbaiki,
why. It's
bagaimana
usually
kita mau
Oh,
memperkuat
I'm
map pool
excited.
kita?
I'm excited.
Okay.
It's a work in
Itu loh yang
progress,
harus
and he's worked
dipikirkan.
so much, and it's looking pretty good.
Oh, he's been working on this since last year. This is awesome. We're gonna send it over to our casters, Quack and Komodo.
Jemkin Neon. Memang seperti itu. Arahan saya juga kepada Jemkin adalah jangan kehilangan percaya diri untuk bermain Neon. Anda itu bisa. Jangan kehilangan kepercayaan diri untuk bermain Neon. Anda harus percaya Anda bisa. Seperti itu. Kau jangan takut. Kenapa gue jadi Mas B? Kenapa gue jadi Mas B?
Paper X-esque comp. It is literally the Paper X comp that they just played in the off-season twice. And I'll highlight a 13-3 against Gen G and a 13-2 against
juga arahan
G2.
saya.
So there's
ingatkan
some
kepada
shoes to
dia.
fill if you're
Kau
adopting this
jangan
comp. You got to get crazy with it. Now I was kind of looking at
Kau
that
itu
comp
harus
and watching it,
berani.
and I was
Kau harus
thinking to
percaya
myself,
diri.
where are you focusing orb control if you're playing Yoru in Phoenix, right? Because in history
jadi
we
logat
see a
ya,
lot of
Jember
that
ya?
orb control for the Phoenix because it's a 6-pointer over at A, right? You
Let's
can
go,
get
boys.
the ball,
Let's
getting
go, boys.
flashes to go for these
Come
things.
on.
So I wonder what
Come
sort of
on.
different style
This is
DFM
it, boys.
are coming into this,
This is it,
because
boys. Come
this
on.
is also Kaede's first Phoenix. He's played a little bit of, you know, Raze and
Bentar,
that
saya
sort of stuff
upload
before,
story
but first
dulu.
Phoenix. And Yatska, 5th chamber, but it's been a hot minute. So
Yeah.
it's cool. It's unique. It's not what a lot of people would have expected. But if you take a step back and you think for DFM and for Vors as well, coming in for the coach from Riddle, what they want to try and adopt and what they want to do, we need to see something different.
Like dulu
right?
dong, yang nonton
From Zeta,
2000,
from
yang like
DFM,
cuma
from Japanese
700.
teams, they want to do
Kira-kira
something.
dikit.
They want to make a punch
Monyet.
in Pacific this year, right? Taste of playoffs last year. They want more. And trying to really change the recipe may very well be the thing that they needed to do.
Definitely. Just go in for a
Like
big
dulu.
splash in this Pacific Ocean.
Like dulu,
But right
chat,
now,
like dulu,
starting
chat.
things on the
Come on,
defense
boys.
are RQ already making a bit of noise.
Yeah, May's going to get some forward space over towards C. And can
Nggak.
send Yatska away as well to be
Beliau
more of a
sudah
premium on towards
saya
Garage, but
ajarkan.
currently, RQ
Beliau
is
sudah
gonna
saya ajarkan bagaimana
send some
cara
users
bermain Neon
towards
yang baik
B
dan benar.
and be
Jadi harusnya
stopped at the gates
di
by
pertandingan
Seth's
kali ini
Smoke as May finds Monyet.
And there they go as well, already getting the
Aman
information.
saja.
The grab while going through.
Hoki.
Yatska with the
Pistol.
shots. He's going for a
Pistol
little
ini
bit
tidak
more as well.
tenang
Good
saja.
little
Pistol
dig, but
aman, aman,
Crazy
semua
got
tenang.
killed the end.
Yeah, no,
Semua
some damage
tenang.
done to X-Pharaoh.
Semua tenang, jangan khawatir. Semua tenang, semua tenang.
Together in tandem towards spawn, Akame on the line.
Nice!
He did have an idea, but unfortunately sniped down at the end. Now it's going to be
Ses bisa
just
apa?
Ses
Lihat,
who
lihat.
well,
Ini
has
semua
stepped up,
karena
but
saya.
now he
Ya.
really needs to step up to the plate.
Ini semua karena saya. Saya yang kasih tahu mereka ini cara bermainnya.
They expect this flank to come through from Ses. IGL.
Yeah.
IGL potential here. Crazy guy, we know
Tenang
that
saja, tidak perlu khawatir.
show that he can compete at the highest level and frag and call at the same time.
Tenang saja, jangan khawatir.
Neither side has utility though, so unfortunately the long suppressor getting spotted. It's X-Pharaoh with a shot, RQ with the pistol.
Yang bilang son out.
From RRQ, he goes a little bit scrappy in the mix.
Siapa yang
Gonna
bilang
try
son out
to
tadi? Time out.
Go towards the C
Time out.
side of things, and you've got that headhunter looking to rip the head off his
Percaya
shoulders. But it
proses.
was May really starting off the affairs for DFM.
Come on,
That was
boys.
a 3 versus 5 at one point. 5 versus 3 advantage. And RRQ have done real well. Bring that back into a first winnable situation and then closing it at the end.
Itu, ya.
Yeah, just
Time out yang bilang son out.
fantastic start, but here they go. Sparrow with just the ghost, the rest of the team with upgrades.
Gotta be
Nah,
careful.
DFM nggak bisa apa-apa ini, lihat.
Hungry for a kill
Ini
though,
strategi yang saya
Yatska.
ajarkan ini. Nah, lihat.
Playing with Timmy.
Let's go.
It's gonna be
Nice.
Jemkin that gets you. I'm intrigued, by the way, from what Ewok is saying.
Yeah?
For Jemkin Neon, I'm intrigued.
We did see a little
Ya, ini saya ajarkan persis ini.
from the previous round, but right now,
David,
as
saya mau
things
kamu
go,
taruh
especially
turret di
spotting
atas
that
kotak.
Yatska peeking
Ya.
that way.
Mereka pasti nggak akan bisa ngancurin turretnya dari double door.
Back for now, not seeing too much else.
Yeah.
Jujur
Drone
gue bingung
comes
lihat
out
suka
towards
tadi
lobby.
ngapain sih.
Now was the defensive side as well that this comp
Jujur
of
ada
Paper
anehnya
X's
sih
in the
Yatska ya.
offseason did the massive amount of damage on. Huge halftime scoreline discrepancies. So waiting to see when the penny will drop for DFM. You'd assume in the first buyout
Semuanya
round
tuh ya
affairs the next
diajarin.
one, unless they somehow manufacture around here.
Oh. What the?
Possible?
Ini termasuk strategi, kita udah tahu mereka main seperti apa.
That this is playing
Wah,
out.
no.
I mean, it's
Oh
false
shit,
sense
oh
of
shit,
security
oh shit.
when you've got
Oh
Monyet
shit,
calling to
oh
come on
shit.
back and
Oh my goodness.
pull your
Kacangin.
opponent to here.
Oh no!
Santai,
They got away with a couple of
santai.
digs, but
Santai.
it's Jemkin back online.
Santai,
Straight up, he will
ya.
tread up long.
Santai,
in
semua
this
termasuk
fight.
strategi nih. Kita sudah tahu mereka akan bermain seperti itu. Tenang saja.
As well.
Ya,
Not much you
tidak
would
perlu
assume he's gonna be
khawatir.
able to do
Ntar,
here.
biar lebih PW.
Sharp shot from Jemkin. That's what we know from him though.
Ya, tenang, semuanya tenang. Jangan khawatir.
Okay, in the round.
Semua sesuai,
as RRQ
semua
didn't get the
sesuai.
Second, but this is what we've been waiting for, right? Buyout to come through from DFM, see what they've got
Ya,
on their
santai,
map
semua
pick of
santai,
choice,
semua santai.
mind you.
Semua
RRQ
sesuai strategi
on the
sudah
start
ini.
on the attacking
Ya,
side, if you
jangan
have just
khawatir.
joined us after the start of this series. And that decision as well, you know, had there been some sort of buy-up in a later stage of the half, could have definitely gone wonky for RRQ.
Nice boys, nice boys.
You have to be
Come on,
careful that
come on,
they
that's
are
it
getting
boys, that's it.
space. They also have a little bit of an idea on where their opponents are going to be situated.
Could this be the Jovi effect right now, though? Just early information coming out from DFM.
Kaide is the one that's getting that orb over at the A side of things with that Phoenix as well, so I do like to see Ultimate maximize potential, especially with a cheap ult. You see the same with the Cypher as well. Right now, you kind of don't want to go into a Judge's home, though, in the garage, or maybe you do.
Oh no, they do! Just walk straight into it, and there they will meet their doom! You've got added cover with May as well, but he's also taken down. What is this, though? Crazy guy.
Well, it's crazy. That's what
Kumandangkan GM 3 periode.
Found the first one, dropped the
Siapa yang
smoke.
setuju GM 3
Akame for
periode?
the trade.
Oh shit.
Didn't expect a second member there.
Iko.
You can get one more
Aman
kill
aja.
in this bonus
Iko round,
round.
chat.
You're looking
Anti
all
Iko.
right.
Aman. Semua itu dalam kendali.
It is
Semua
just
itu
that
sesuai dengan
martial,
ekspektasi.
Looks like
Aman
he's gonna
semua.
hear them steps as the spike is retrieved and not
Irfan
expecting
Rifki,
space
welcome to the
proceed
membership. Thank you
long
so much.
enough.
Double in
Hey,
the
we've
chat,
seen him
yo.
run out of ammo before.
Yeah,
Not again. Not again.
Siapa yang pesannya ingin saya sampaikan ke para pemain? Via Sosiabas nanti akan saya sampaikan ke pemain satu persatu. Kalau misalkan kalian punya pesan yang ingin kalian sampaikan ke pemain, kirim via Sosiabas, nanti akan saya sampaikan satu persatu kepada mereka. Dananya akan saya pakai dari Sosiabas ini, dananya akan saya pakai untuk kemajuan tim RRQ.
When they've got the proper weaponry back in play in their hands now for, well, technically the first time, what this off-season and what Jovi
Baru
stepping
satu
into his
round,
head coach position is going to look like, because
Baru satu
all
round.
the teams, RRQ played 3
Baru satu
off-season
round.
events, which is crazy.
Kenapa
Them
kalian
trying to
bilang
get that
saya out?
consistency out. Now, the last
Kalian
one,
akan menyesal. Ya.
they got
Kalian
plagued
jangan
by
sampai nanti
the way
jadi
that
seperti
the groups and
Sinteyong.
everything worked, but they would have made a massive run in
Kalian
that
bilang
last
STY
offseason
out,
with more
STY
play, so
out.
I think that
Begitu
it
out,
would give
kalian
them more
bring
practice
back
coming in,
STY. Kalian
before
selalu
they
seperti
start. They
itu
also
rakyat
had the bonus
Indonesia.
of being able to watch DFM play the other day before seeing them in this series here, so should have some ideas on what might be happening, although in this round they've got no clue about those 2 kills. Make it a 3rd and a 4th. This is ridiculous.
Even catching onto the TP all the way to the back of stairs and onto the Judge kill. It's going to be DFM. A quick, flawless round, completely red.
Yeah, that is kind of disgusting from DFM, not going to lie. Catching them at the right time with the right aggression from Yatska. You got the TP from Crazy Guy as well that's just stuck and patiently waited by May. There's not much that you're going to really be able to do. It's the timing. I'm very surprised that Crazy Guy just looked forward.
Ya, itu namanya musuh bermain dengan baik ya. Mereka memiliki strategi yang baik. Tapi ini udah tinggal bagaimana kita beradaptasi. Ya. Kita akan beradaptasi next round. Anda lihat next buy round kita. Kita akan beradaptasi. Ya. Kita akan beradaptasi. Anda lihat next round.
Yeah, no A main aggression this time for DFM either. No orb control, no forward plays anywhere around the map or on the passive variety. But you can say the same thing for RRQ.
Like dulu dong, minimal like dulu. Kalau kalian bilang out, tapi minimal like dulu, boleh nggak sih? Like dulu. Like dulu aja, like dulu aja. Out nggak apa-apa, naikin chat rate mah nggak apa-apa. Di chat rate 250 anjir. Tapi boleh like dulu sih kalau kata gua ya. Bukannya apa ini?
If you are going to this A site and you go up through short, well, the trademark.
Ya, nanti saya akan bicara dengan Crazy Guy. Sepertinya saya akan one-on-one. 4 mata bicara padamu dengan Crazy Guy.
Yeah, well, his TP is currently not towards the spawn, so he's not going to have a quick rotation towards the A site.
All right. Best foot forward, going to be the A site. Maybe a slight lurk up around B.
30 seconds left.
30 seconds in towards the site though. Kaide is playing at the back
Saya
of the
punya
site.
firasat baik ini.
Thrifty.
Kita menang Thrifty nih.
Akame holding the back angle though.
Aduh, terlalu lama ini pushnya. Terlalu lama ini. Nice. Boleh ini. Thrifty, kita punya senjata. 14 detik. Akan sulit untuk plan, tapi bisa. Nice. Nice speed.
Gets off of it after the spike goes down. Seth comes in with a Judge kill. It's Crazy Guy tucked in under hell. Cannot quite land it.
Santai.
Low health up against a fully healthy Yatska. Landing the final shot. DFM take the lead.
Good Iko. Iko yang bagus. Saya suka ini. Ini Iko yang bagus. Saya suka.
We will wait and see. It is a round for
Ini
DFM.
Iko yang bagus. Saya suka ini.
One surviving. And it's going to throw a little bit of a
Santai semua santai. Saya janjikan kemenangan, saya akan berikan kemenangan kepada kalian.
Very winnable.
Ya. Ingat, percaya proses.
Okay, it's 2 for now.
Percaya proses, ingat.
Judge different to rifle.
True.
Akame ini lama-lama so asik ya. Saya merasa Akame ini so asik.
Weapons now for
Saya kurang suka.
RRQ, a bit more rampy over towards A though, however, this time perhaps sending in the utility. Just immediately seeing bullets returned, you're gonna be worried about it. There's no massive pushes up for the full A lobby control that we've seen in a couple of series before on Haven. Of course, always some aggressive strength to be seen. Yatska with this operator in hand.
Ini gameplay apaan, Son? Santai. Kita ini kan terkenal sebagai retake Keon. Bagaimana kita mau retake kalau misalkan kita tag?
Kaide on towards the other end of Link as well.
Double flank potential here. Assess times it right at the doors and May keeps on going, but the turret will check him.
Oke, Akame ya. Kita beli Akame, kita cadangkan.
Pressure now for RRQ.
He doesn't, or he does spot Cushy. I don't believe he did.
Cess though, trying to make use of that information, at least trying to capitalize it on towards Cushy, but onto the side, it's Akame, it's Kaide, it's Xfero with trades as well. Akame and the rest of them now trying to push on through in towards Link while the spike continues to tick away. Lockdown comes in, Hunter's Fury deployed, and they will be marked down.
Bit expensive at the end though. That lockdown goes down, but there's so much time for DFM that they could try and stick out a defuse if that wasn't coupled with the Hunter's Fury. So I guess if you want to try and maximize the ults at the end of that one, potentially you're not dropping down that lockdown, but you got to get that round right. It's a game of rounds, and Akame, there's no way that you're escaping after that first tag, unfortunately. Tied game. Toured the force to come out from Yatska, and he's going for another Sewers challenge. We'll see if this probably will get broken first or it's immediately popped. No, it is the latter. Yatska, he still gets away with one. Dirty done is Monyet.
Fantastic. That's going to have to be a bit of a breather for RQ now.
I mean, the biggest thing right now is Monyet's not being able to play this bloody game. 0 for 6.
Oh,
getting taken out time and time again before, you know, he sees an opponent free of charge.
For Monyet as well, who's always so jovial. That's going to sting, but right now the rest of the team trying to pick up the pieces, pick up the pace perhaps into sight. Slowed down by mollies, slowed down by flashes. It's Kaide on point. Another flash and a flag! Oh, it's all three down at the heads of Kaide! Tapping away into the smoke. It's just Xfero who has to tuck tail and turn away.
Touch them flames, get some heals if you want as well, but it is a 5v1 scenario with Spike in possession of DFM. And the gate's starting to close on Xfero as well, as the hunt is on for the removal of his gun. Though the economy isn't massively flourishing for DFM, so you don't want too much of a hunt. They'll think better of it in the end, actually. Thought they were going to go for more of a hunt, but Yatska? And there's guns on the floor that Yatska will be able to get.
10 seconds.
10 seconds left.
So he's got a gun. Will Xfero hold on to his, though? That's the thing. Yatska is going to go towards spawn, so it should just be the stalemate now at the tail end as DFM will reclaim lead. And I wonder if we're going to have an early timeout come into play as well, like last series, right? You want to try and steady things here, especially if you are a new coach. But again, for Jovi, are you thinking that you're still okay with what you're hearing at the moment? I think a Warbirds there as well, don't forget. Mighty shots to come out from Kaide.
You really
didn't even use the ult. That's just one life at that point. Let's hear from RRQ, though, coming towards this round when they've got the lesser weapons.
Gak bisa ini, gak bisa ini.
Guys, you need to swing window.
Yeah, good recognition at least. Got to be careful of window 2, and that's why the timing there is gorgeous for May and Kaide.
Just a little bit of success.
Tenang, semua tenang, semua tenang. Thrifty di sini kita akan kembalikan keadaan.
Droned out onto Yatska as well, but this guy is hungry.
Oh, mate, he's just so confident. He knows he's got the better weapon at that point in time, but maybe a little bit too hungry now. Nevertheless, gets a double for his trouble. And now Monyet maybe gets to play.
That's a big
Kalian
maybe,
lupa
brother.
trademark RRQ. Map pertama kita selalu apa?
Let's go, Monyet. Let's see what he can do. Snuck in.
Well, you got this old, faithful toxic screen. See what he can try and play with it.
Yeah, but look at the positioning from DFM.
Yeah, it's just very heads up.
Very expecting
playing to the numbers, knowing that this flank is possible, knowing that your back is all good, and then he's not really going to run all the way around A long, you'd assume. And if you let him go for the plant, you're kind of fine. He doesn't get access to a
Arahkan
pit.
mereka untuk
You've got a
tactical
3
timeout setelah ini.
and you're going to come at it from multiple angles.
Even if a Kami
Saya
goes
arahkan
down,
mereka
Yatska
untuk
and
tactical
Cess
timeout.
are together, so
Tadi
Closer you go.
saya sudah audiensi.
Judge becomes more
Saya menginginkan mereka untuk tactical
He
timeout.
doesn't even use the judges.
Di
The
round
classic
ini
is
saya
the free gun. Of
menginginkan
course.
mereka untuk tactical timeout.
Why would the free gun work better than the big gun?
is it time for a timeout?
It might be. DFM further extending their lead now in this map. As we will get a bit of a buyout to come through from RRQ in the next round. I'm more looking for some advantages, right? We're just seeing them not really be able to start these rounds in any comfortable situation. And they are, you know, getting a part of these fights more often than not. The trades are looking pretty good from DFM at the moment. You're either going into
Kalian
A
ini
where Kaide has been ripping you.
yang
you can
bilang
find
dan
Yatska
menghina
ripping
saya sudah tandai
well,
kalian
which-
semua.
I mean,
Ya.
it's
Saya
May.
ingat nama kalian satu persatu.
Enough said. Looking great for DFM at the moment. Early Prowler over towards A, not going to see anything too far forward, but it's Yatska again for another opener at B. And look at this contingency of utility to get thrown out as well. It's absolutely perfect, but Jem can trade.
Oh, almost. Yeah, Yatska just trying to find it right back for his team. Still, though, damage is sustained for RRQ.
You've got to remember as well, what are we seeing around the map? We heard the Prowler earlier at A, so you've got to assume that Akame is over there. You just saw the operator from Yatska. He's still hanging around on a deeper B line. And Cess, I mean, he's abusing the judge.
That's right.
So where do you think that he might be playing from as well? It's all going to come down to maybe a little bit of Lady Luck blessing.
Yang masih berada di sisi saya, hashtag percaya proses. Saya sangat-sangat merespek orang-orang yang percaya dengan saya. Di masa-masa sulit, percaya dengan saya. Dan saya akan apresiasi.
Nice and stinky in this situation as well for DFM's chances to get
Saya
back
akan
in.
angkat jadi moderator.
Jemkin, feet revealed as he played outside of the pit. Now the Prowler goes on through. Monyet, snake bite for cover, but that leaves his teammate high and dry. Now trying to play around it. Cess comes in, fanning the judge.
Yeah, now this is the time for the timeout. You're losing a round like that, where you brought it into a little bit of a doable scenario in the 3 versus 3 post plant with a pit. You'd think that it would be the protector that you needed. Unfortunately, Jenkin's toes get tickled, he gets shut down, and the rest fall like flies as well. Not the start that RRQ want in this one, but absolutely the starts to nearly every single round for DFM. You absolutely love. Yatska is just having 3 opportunities with these snipers time and time
Udah kasih tahu
again.
timeout.
He'll always have a free shot, get
Udah kasih
out,
tahu mereka buat
whether
timeout.
kill or not. But he is getting the kill.
Yeah, his reaction's just bang on.
There's that timeout for RRQ.
Much needed one. I mean, don't let the scoreline fool you. Despite RRQ having 3 rounds, DFM have been wiping the floor with the past 3 as well.
Yeah, we've seen them, you know, in the off-season, right? And again, I'll always add caveats to off-season events as well. But when they were playing this new composition, they were getting some very close scorelines against the likes of Gen G and DRX, where they got some wins, but they did lose against the now Varel in that event. So there's a lot of learning curve now. What are they
Anjing, lucu
adopting
banget
from
briefing si
Jovi
GM
with
sih,
his
lucu
new
banget sih menurut
ideas?
gue sih.
What are they still taking from
Anjing,
Ewok
briefing
and
si
his
GM sih
leadership?
menurut gue lucu ya.
Warbirds coming in because the team's got to agree with all this as well, right?
GM Son a little bit as well.
Son making the massive decisions too.
Joking.
So there's some teething issues, one might say. We've also not got to forget that DFM are also massively looking different too with all of their changes, right? This isn't this comp. We can't put the same expectations on last year's DFM that we're putting on this year's one right now from what we've already seen.
Absolutely.
You got to come out with a fresh set of eyes.
It's tough to meet some expectations as well with all them built up, but right now...
We're going into the op again, Yatska. You are always at the right spot.
Right on point. Rendezvoused up on top of the boxes. Hoping to get onto Champion! That was mid-slide! Stars placed up, TP's going on through, swapped over to the Headhunter, but the shot's not going. It's gonna be May now, blindsiding himself into play. Cushy landing the frag.
It's absolutely ridiculous that that one happens again. But now we've got a 3 versus 3 where there is a chance for RRQ to try and close. Xfero going off yonder as well here, but not looking behind him. Akame aware.
Down to Cess. Quickly sussed out by Cushy. Garage in control.
Kaide, if you need, can run it back in towards the site.
Kalma, kalma! Tenang aja.
Oh, look at Cushy though. Oh, to get another angle all the way out.
Santai aja.
Flashes her.
Kumpa, tenang aja.
To stay alive. Spike's being tapped though, and here comes Cushy. Slight whiffs on the burst, but just enough to get Akame off the spike. Shot dart in.
My ult is ready.
Nikon.
On to the next one, and there is the quad to complete the mission.
Yeah, a bit interesting for me that the decision isn't to run it back there and have Kaide confirm information on opponents, go for those sort of fights, but you also do have to remember where are you going to be using that ult from, right? Could you potentially get flanked from Monyet, for example, but they technically did spot him out in the garage. Could have potentially popped it, opting for hold instead. Does get the better of the team in the end, as Cushy does buy some great time with the shock darts and toying with the time for his peaks as well. So RRQ on the back of their timeout do convert, but can they look to tie up the scoreline? Now we've got a bit of this long aggression
Kalau
come
menang
through from
tie,
Yatska.
kalau kalah
Again,
out.
I might add, always at the right spot for an opening battle.
How does he? Oh my! This is brilliant.
Yeah, but they are going to just sail on past him, and they could potentially try and bait his rendezvous if he chooses to just dry take it back. The shoulder was spotted. Finally, an opener for RRQ and an open site that they can make their territory. Claim it. In phase with the plant as well.
Trying to hold on to it though, but it's going to be the run it back from Kaide. They're going in fast and hot. Monyet able to slow it down. But here comes Hunter's Fury as well. Xfero tucked into the corner thanks to the beams. He's trying to stay alive, but sussed out by the flames. Akame landing a shot through the smokes, and it's complete and utter destruction from DFM.
Lovely call from DFM to go in for the flood before the retake as well. Make them really fight for their own space on that site. Opening kill to RRQ, be damned. Run it back, put to good usage, and also recognition when the blaze comes out to throw the hot hands in the corner, that the graffiti angle is dirty, can still be played by a member of RRQ. It's done. It's absolutely gorgeous to come through from DFM. They're setting themselves up for a real nice defensive side. And they've got access to a couple of brilliant ultimates in this current juncture as well. Tour de Force, Nightfall, and the Dimensional Drift for May. Dude, don't tell me he's at the right spot again.
Just might be Cess as well, if not.
Well, that's going to be the job.
Okay, right through the corner of the door. Now straight on through. Jemkin trying to layer on that utility, but look at the flicks coming through. Yatska able to land one down. Kaide as well out from B. Still though, site opened up. Yatska wanting to reclaim. Garage, the barrel spotted at the end.
Yeah, that's unlucky, and Akame's just going to send the Nightfall.
Real quick, tough pressure. Not safe enough to get the spike down, and your health is so darn low. Kaide lights it all up.
It's just so in your face at the moment with that Phoenix. His team is setting him up brilliantly with a lot of that utility as well there. Even on that multi-frag round that we saw on the A site from him previously, he can also be just very self-sufficient. It's around where RRQ find the opening, they find the double, mind you. But it's as quick as that happens, they are brought back.
Ini belum selesai.
Xfero getting the better of him.
Ya, masih bisa. Masih bisa.
To take the fight as DFM.
Ini belum selesai, masih bisa. Masih ada. Ayo. Masih ada second half.
Definitely a new flavor to this team.
Ayo boys.
the new additions.
Jangan nyerah. Ayo, fight back.
Well,
Masih bisa.
Still milestone achievement for Cushy, but you're gonna need a whole lot more than that to the end of this map at least. The fans, the Japanese ones, or maybe the Korean ones in the crowd, loving what DFM has brought today.
Oh, absolutely, mate. Absolutely. I mean, I take a little gaze around the arena right now, and I'm seeing a lot of DFM cards. Seeing a fair amount of RRQ ones as well, which is really good. Always do love the support for all the players and teams that we've got here in Pacific. Right now, RRQ though, maybe need a little bit more to get back in towards this one.
Winner of this going up against Paper Rex next as well. Just the prospect of either one happening.
Kacau.
Yeah, we're going to start to get into some really cool battles as well from these teams fighting for the opportunity for Santiago games. Best of 5s to be played. With this best of 3 scenarios, you got to get through first in this triple elimination bracket as well.
Yatsuka's 15-5.
He knows how to click the mouse button when he sees an opponent.
What's that? The mouse? What is that?
Well, it's the one that Monyet's trying to spray, and we're missing for him because he's still on 0 kills, a whole half absence of frags. And there's going to be another one as his first casualty in this.
Jujur ya. Kahya suwe sih ngentot sumpah.
Cushy able to somewhat bring it back from the brink.
Kahya sih suwe banget
Straight on
anjing.
through in towards the link area now though, as a shock target sets in. May trying to stay alive, staying afloat.
Oh, what? Flick from left to right!
Unheard of! That is absolutely jaw on the floor moment from everyone watching that. That is incredible. Absolutely ridiculous. I need slow-mo, I need zoom, I need
enhanced
mouse settings. That is...
Oh my god.
These are slow-mo, thank you.
Kalau Anda di flick seperti itu, saya bisa apa?
Ridiculous, man.
Kalau pemain saya di flick seperti itu, saya bisa apa? Hah? Saya bisa apa kalau pemain saya di flick seperti itu? Saya sudah berikan ilmu yang saya bisa. Saya bisa apa kalau di flick seperti itu pemain saya? Ingat, ini bukan salah saya. Ini bukan salah saya. Ini 100% bukan salah saya. Anda mengarahkan hate ke orang yang salah. Ini bukan salah saya. Ini bukan tanggung jawab saya. Kekalahan ini bukan karena saya.
Yucky stuff. Cushy though, see if he can find anything here. Up against the raid boss at the moment in Yatsuka.
Doubtful. We'll have a go. Tucked into the corner.
Oh, he's got him.
Good dink.
You're not surviving with a Marshall though at the tail end of this round. You can just see the distance game the DFM are running in with as well. May's low.
Wah, Tahya sih suwe sih, sumpah ini bad game sih buat dia.
No, he'll go down with the explosion, and then we start to see
suwe
the shape
sih dia
of
menurut
the
gue.
defensive style that RRQ are going to try and employ on the rifle round that they'll have.
This ain't no Raiders of the Ark, so off to the spike.
Double digits now achieved for
Bukan karena saya.
DFM.
Ini bukan salah saya.
And for them as
Saya
well, job's not
menolak
done.
untuk
They
disalahkan
definitely need to
atas
focus
kekalahan
up.
ini.
There's an opportunity that they can come away with their map pick of choice here in a very clean style.
They brought the guns over to the next round.
Gila,
Yeah,
kacau,
holding on to
Cahaya
a couple
kacau
of them
sih.
as well to give them a good fight, good opportunity.
Just look at the way they're peeking as well. Come on, these guys are fearless.
They're very confident at the moment. It is propelling them so far. Not scared to take these duels in this new look to the team, the agent set as well.
Yang sekarang melempem, Anda belum melihat hasil.
Over to RRQ and see what they want to try
Anda
and do.
ini baru melihat proses.
Anda
belum melihat hasil.
But there's no forward push from them either on the back of it. Smoked out of long, just playing Spotto towards sewers as well, and they're trying to rely really on that alarm bot at the front side of B that will get destroyed by the blaze, but Kaide is still just going to open up onto Jemkin.
Anda berharap apa kalau pemain saya digituin terus?
Stars and everything to boot. Xferro will have a go with a spam. Kaide though applying pressure into C. Cushy able to hold it back.
Kang pukulnya
What else
datang
is
nih, Kang
gonna be
pukul
able to
datang.
find here, Quack? That's the thing. Tap of the plant, try to draw your
Hey,
opponent
crazy guy, what doing? Move!
into a fight.
Rotate already!
Because she's going to think better of going a little bit too overzealous there. Wait for Crazy Guy with a flash
Nice
not available to swing.
Nice.
Oh, that's the right protocol.
Nice.
May will go down, as will Akame. Cess is way too far off.
You know, I thought for a split second that Cess was playing down here, and I thought, does he have an
Process,
Odin? Is he going for that sort of spam that
Process.
we've seen?
Process.
Bulldog. Yeah, he's trying to play the time, trying to play the wrap around.
Proses ini, proses.
Eventually, someone's just gonna cotton on, but there's no time. The defuser will come out, and Monyet will get on the board.
Hey!
We're there.
Let's go,
Game
Ja!
starts now.
Well,
We are so back, Dad!
what?
We are so
He
back!
can only go up, Quack. He can't go
Okay.
down. Well,
We are so back, we are so
let's
back,
make
Dad!
Quack's a teammate, but you know,
We are so back!
No. Let's not go there.
We are so back,
Someone
Dad.
like Monyet as well, you know, does tend to be a bit momentum-based. Hopefully this does.
well, I mean, it's funny that you say that, right?
Pop
Because
off
when you
We
think
are so
about
back.
momentum, who is the most momentous agent in this game? It's Neon. He used to play Neon, now he's not.
That could be...
Maybe bring it back.
We'll see.
Headcracker on a Gemkin though. His Neon will get shut down for now. May to gather some further space over at long, and you don't necessarily need to see DFM try to overwhelm the forces at A rapidly. They can set the
Nice,
stall.
Itu bukan hoki, itu skill. Itu saya arahkan.
Perhaps a bit overzealous?
Chat, like
dulu,
dulu, chat,
some
like
good
dulu, chat.
information, though. Not much that he can do with that trademark looking at him. Not a situation that you really want to call for a smoke either, you'd assume. Crazy Guy has to sit and wait for one of them to be available. And also, when you hear this utility being broken in the garage, you do have to think that it might be a bit of a C-ender.
Hence,
you can get flanked.
does
Nice.
lure RQ
Nice
into
test.
the open and long. Cushy though,
Cushy,
takes down the
goddamn.
duels. Really flips the script for the round.
Mikir
May
kills.
and Yatsuka now having quite a bit of work to do.
But do they still want to go to this C-side? Because you've kind of got your win con being X-Pharaoh, not being spotted over at long by the trademark, and now he reveals himself. I wouldn't have minded him kind of waiting, because he's just going to walk into the crosshair. Yeah, this is a misplay from X-Pharaoh, unfortunately.
I would have known, but yeah, it's a little bit too early. Now 2v2 and DFM get their options at this buffet.
Playing for a garage swing or a spawn spot. One off the drift from A. If he picks up a kill here, could use that. Try to seal the deal on this round, but for Cushy, you've got a dart. Crazy Guy has a smoke. Playing them silently until the dart. Ooh.
Garage not checked yet, though.
Last
Tucked
player
in.
standing.
Cushy.
Yes.
Online for
Empat
the
chest.
third. Smoke comes through, and now all you got to do is play
Kenapa
around this
nggak lu
spike
aja
main,
yang
hoping to get the right spray down. Perhaps looking to sneak in too, but you got to consider so much. He has to be quick.
Let's
Cushy!
go, Cushy Ganteng!
Finger on the
Come on,
trigger.
boys! Come on! That's it!
Nicely
Stay.
done from RQ at the end there. Very patient to go in together.
Yang bilang GLHFSon
Gun barrel
out
that's
kepada
just spotted in
moderator,
garage,
saya perintahkan Anda
unfortunately.
untuk men-time out mereka satu
Does
persatu
get the
selama
better Yatsuka.
5 menit.
He's
Mars,
not able
welcome
get
to the
the job
membership.
done
Thank you
at
so
the
much.
end. 2 in a row for RRQ. Sorely needed in a moment in time that could have really gone back
Masih
into
bisa.
the favor
Ayo.
of DFM.
Masih bisa.
X-Pharaoh's going to tighten that up
Ayo.
a little bit.
Masih bisa.
But you always understand
Fight
the
back.
idea of why he's wanting to go down to try and find that further
Fight
space at
back.
C. Catch them up when they go for the later rotations there. Stingers abound and plentiful for DFM in this round, and they're going to try and play close quarters action
Fight
with
back.
them as well into this B site.
Kita tidak akan menyerah. Kita akan fight back.
Play around it. Rest of the team then peeling off.
Yeah, DEFCON levels raised a little bit too high. They're not going to go for the plant at that B site immediately. They're going to re-approach towards the C site, perhaps in a garage split, but getting caught before you can get in at the moment.
Yeah, these guys are on high alert and stand 2. Meanwhile, DFM just still trying to break through enemy lines, infiltrate towards the back, but that's another threat
Ini strat gue nih.
neutralized.
Gue inget banget nih
May and
ngomongin ini
Akame
kemarin.
Coming back in.
Gue inget banget nih
And
waktu
almost
nge-brief
unfall
mereka.
in this round for DFM, but it was a
Enemy remaining.
weaker purchase.
Gue inget banget
coming
waktu
into
nge-brief
it.
ini.
So,
Ini sesuai nih, ini sesuai.
not
Ini sesuai brief gue. Nice, nice,
world.
nice. Come on. If you guys listen
To
to my
reset
brief
themselves going
yesterday,
into the next one as we start to get
we are winning.
A bit of a feeling for RRQ that they're into the server now. 3 rounds in a row, building up some bank, building up closer towards these ults as well. A couple of them are already online that can be put to good use in a post-plant scenario. For a retake or for also garnering some space nice and early on if they want to.
Let's go.
Tight defense. Then again, DFM have been running like loose cannons in that round, so now guns back up.
Yeah, mid-fight coming out quickly. Crazy Guy wants to send it straight on down.
Heard by Kaide.
Oh, was it though? Just by position, I don't think it was. Oh, the Kame just, yeah, he spotted the noggin, but he couldn't get the job done. Trades out and drift for May 2, mate.
Oh, he managed to get one out of it though, but here
sesuai brief, sesuai brief. Ini persis yang gue bilang. Ini persis yang gue bilang. Tim Jepang itu straightforward. Ya. What you see is what you get. Lu tidak perlu khawatir gitu loh. Aduh Tuhan Yesus.
Peaks quickly snuffed out. Last one left.
He's just left where they buy guns, mate.
Ini sesuai brief gue kemarin. Bagus.
Come
on! Let's go, boys!
Xfero has his number.
Nice!
Q4 in a row.
Huh?
Time to think about a timeout for DFM.
Such a big lead that they've built up. Surely not to let it go now.
Absolutely. Some really good decision-making efforts from them over on the first half. The pistol round in second as well of this half, but after that, it's all kind of gone a little bit. Timeout will come through for DFM now.
Takut mereka. Takut!
Really try to cook something up.
Takut lu semua.
Double duelist. Working out treat in some rounds.
Lucu. Gua baru kasih strategi 10% dari pengetahuan gua aja. Mereka udah sampai time out gitu loh. Lucu. Kadang-kadang lucu gitu loh.
Cushy lighting up the kill feed at times as well.
Not seeing too many shifts come through at the moment from Xfero too. Very prioritized on holding all this KJ utility over towards C and kind of playing, you know, your 1-2-2, some space control that RRQ are fighting for. So I wonder if there's going to be some sort of little narrow focus in from DFM to try and hunt him down, perhaps. What sort of adjustments look like for RRQ as well in this sort of situation. It does look like DFM do want to go for that little C challenge where we do see Monyet slide on.
Menang ini, menang ini, 10 sama. Nah, defense kita ini kuat. Buktikan kita ini tim yang kuat. Gak bisa diinjek-injek. Like dulu dong chat. Yang nonton 3.000, yang like 1.000, kacau lu pada. Terus dulu ini.
Thing is, you're going in towards this A side at the moment. There's an Odin for
Sejak jadi GM anger issue gini lu bot. Ini karena gue lagi jauh-jauh dari Swan aja.
Control of the site. You do have the lockdown as Xfero to drop in, but he's on the other side of the map, so he is going to have to run over here quickly.
Ah, kritek ini.
Be careful of the spam from the Odin, which does scare Akame a bit.
Kritek ini.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kritek ini, kritek.
So it's going to be a
Fix.
5 versus 5 with the lockdown in.
Kita ini retake Keon.
The runner back at the right time and stay for a fight.
Kita ini retake Keon. Mereka akan mencoba untuk keluar. Nah, Loya. Red like a book. Loya.
Of course it's the ego, so holding for a later round. Yatsuka charged with the bigger task. Hunting down shots.
Kita ini retake Keon. Kita harus ingat. Kita ini bangsa yang kuat. Gak bisa diinjek.
Tried to get the body block.
Oh my goodness! Inside of the smoke, just right around the edges. Crazy Guy. He does get tagged, but now he's continuing to stick it. Killed at the end. Sheriff kills going through, but not quite enough. Jeffkin and Xfero will get it done.
Trying to get the body blocks out for the Gravwell as well. I was waiting and considering, is the Nightfall going to be invested here for DFM? You got the shock darts that are still, you know, looking to be found by Cushy. Sorry, the recon that was coming in.
Mereka kira R-nya kita di RRQ apa?
In that little moment in time.
Retake.
I am a little bit
Dua
surprised that
lagi
Kaya
R-nya.
is being quite
Lu masih
hesitant to use these
ngeremehin
running
retake
backs,
kita.
right? He held it in the first half for quite a while. It did have good usage when he ultimately did deploy it for that retake on the A site. But in this sort of time, if you are, you know, number one, trying to destroy the lockdown, could come out with a little flash play on the back of that. May as well. You can survive through it. Be cheeky in the site still. So some options that I'd like to see them maybe use in the future if they still adopt
Hashtag
this
berkat
comp.
General
Right
Manager
now, though,
saya
you
suka
start to
ketikan kamu.
sweat a little bit.
Ya.
As RRQ
Lanjutkan,
one
siapa tahu kamu
round
jadi
away from tying
moderator.
it up. Drone just not spotting Yatska.
Really start to cost you. One run away from tying it up.
Smells the same a little bit though, doesn't it? Looking at the radar of where RRQ are situating themselves, Cushy to start to fall out of the site a little bit. More of a stack towards that C site. It's Crazy Guy is the one to pick up the mantle of the operator in this round for RRQ. They do transition Jemkin to the right locale.
Responsibility onto Jemkin and Cushy. No lockdown for the retake.
Selama ini dijelek-jelekin GLHFSon, diam direndah-rendahkan GLHFSon juga diam. Mungkin hari ini GLHFSon akan memberikan kemenangan hari ini. Saya suka ketikan.
Manya with the spams alongside the rest of them. Blocking all avenues of entry. 30 seconds left. DFM.
Nah, mundur mereka. Mundur. Mundur mereka. Loh ya. Mundur mereka. Takut mereka. Satu-satunya cara ya ke B. Bisa apa mereka ke B? Ada turret. Loh ya. Nano lagi. Tinggal di spam. Loh, panik. Panik.
It's working a tree. Jemkin goes overdrive, and here comes Expero as well. In an instant, 4 players from DFM down in the ground. Just Yaska trying to hold on to the operator, but Jemkin's lightning hands as well.
Pikirkan secara logika, ayo.
Is the score.
And besides that kill on towards Monye, the only damage that was delivered to the bodies of RRQ was the initial engagement into Cushy around long. There was no other damage delivered in that round.
Bagaimana cara masuknya? Ayo, pikirkan secara logika. Ayo, gimana cara masuk ke site-nya? Ayo. Ayo. Tidak boleh pakai ulti. Ayo, tidak boleh pakai ulti. Ayo. Bagaimana cara masuk ke site-nya? Ayo. Pikirkan secara logika. Ayo. Mana puji-puji untuk saya?
Both combined doesn't work.
Berikan puji-puji untuk saya.
You feel like that lead is really established. Started to fall. Hold on.
Ini sakit sekali, bro.
Back up at the nth hour. Crazy Guy down, looking to retrieve the weapon. Upgrade to
santai. Jangan sampai.
Would have to be quite the fumble from RQ in this round if
most definitely. If you lose to the Sheriff draw of DFM, that would be definite roughy. You'll get an early warning call from the turret that's still over at C and the alarm bot in garage as well. But you start to go a little bit quicker up towards A, force the gate crash out from May. Now it definitely is go time for DFM to try and get in towards this site for D for Haunt. Clear all the back site. They can get in, they can get the plant to their choice. But with these pistols, you definitely want to see them kind of stick around on the site as well.
Spike which angles they hold. Cushy's just clearing so
much.
Big gunner of his. C's tossed in just to buy a bit of time, confirming positions as well. Maybe getting spotted out. Now they continue to spam through every single box, every single corner. Monyet and Expero.
Takut May, takut May, takut May fix, takut May fix. May fix takut. Lo. Ayo, pikirkan secara logika.
The last guy left alive as well, but he gets 2 shots. Maybe another. No, Cushy denies.
6 in a row from RRQ to tie now another as they take the lead back from when we first started in this map with the pistol and the second round. They are certainly looking to close on this defensive side. As I said, I thought DFM need to get a little bit aggro early on now on these attacking sides, but even finding an opening kill in this round means diddly squat when you've got that coordination coming through from RRQ for pretty good retake if you also alienate those 2 kills that Cess managed to come out with. Timeout now. Dropped in from DFM.
Perhaps they are building up their ults at the very least. Guns coming back online for the upcoming round. RQ though, pits available.
Timeout lagi.
Plus, just the reactions they got thus far.
Takut mereka.
Yeah, back to the norm for them. One might say as well, right? RRQ on top, DFM.
Apalagi kalau bukan takut.
Of last year, mind you, not able to topple. This time around, a different look. Looking a lot stronger, but slipping up at the tail end of this
Mapping
map.
mereka loh padahal. Mereka udah takut.
Close series, close games today. Seeing if DFM can indeed pull through. It's been quite the exciting match thus far, but right now, back into the op for Yatska.
Slight shift of the util again for Xfero after the timeout. Alaba to the front of B.
Menang ini kita menang, Cep.
Odin spam.
Menang ini kita menang.
With an operator shot as well, potentially. Over towards A. It's some early usage of both shotguns for Cushy. It's a little bit interesting for a potential post scenario where Odins are just going to spam up a storm.
So much. I mean, we just saw a bit of that in the previous round.
Jangan Fit.
The problem is for me right now, how much time the DFM wait before deciding to take some forward space that they really need to get into these sites, right? A bit of prowler action in towards Garage, but there's no follow-up behind it.
Real careful, cautious. Dealing with utility for now, at least.
Yeah, they do destroy a lot of that, right? They hit the shock darts earlier on that they used. They just destroy a bunch of that Killjoy utility.
Dia buang waktu banyak banget ini.
Don't know if they're going to be the audible range for this drone that Cushy does throw out, but you are knocking off a couple of these items of RRQ that can be quite powerful.
Ooh la la, eh!
Kind of exercised at the right time in my mind.
30 seconds.
Yeah, because it pushes DFM to make a massive decision towards the open arms of the operator, which just splits the wickets.
Sandai, sandai.
But still, nonetheless, still
nah,
online.
itu taktik hold 25 detik. Ayo, 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 sudah nge-stuck. Sudah datang, bala bantuan datang. Ayo, recon. Ayo, 17 detik. Ayo, bagaimana caranya? Ayo, bagaimana caranya masuk ke dalam side? Ayo, pikirkan ayo secara logika. Bagaimana cara plantingnya? Ayo.
Running out of time though. Can you get the spike down? Yatska providing cover inside for Overwatch, but here comes Xfero from the back. He's done it. RQ off the map point and continuing to eliminate every final player.
Oh, that one gets super close at the end when DFM do break in towards the side. It's the onslaught of the Odins that actually don't get the job done. He had to get a reload in there. The shorty brought out. There was an opportunity
Itu gue yang ngajarin taktik gue itu.
To close that round.
David tuh pemain favorit saya itu.
After an extreme amount of time.
Pemain favorit saya itu.
And in the end, Xfero, a position left unexpected. He even seals the deal onto May.
Pemain favorit saya
Send him 6 feet under. RRQ 2 map points.
Possible round closer now. Final buy from DFM.
Ayo DFM, pikirkan secara logika.
Odin spammers.
If it works, don't hate the player, hate the game.
Love the game, mate. Makes you think though right now for DFM, how you gonna look to close this round. Yatska's just got that headhunter weapon donator in this round, and May with the drift. Going in and see what he can see, but it's a really early one at the top of long. Clear a lot of that space, go in through the sewers and clear that too with the wall. So he's got the space, he's getting in towards A, he's been droned, and well, that's why the Odin is just going to spam him into oblivion.
47 detik, ayo pikirkan secara logika, ayo, bagaimana caranya masuk ke dalam side? Ayo, ayo pikirkan bagaimana caranya, ayo, ada lockdown, pikirkan secara logika, ayo. Tuhan Yesus. Oke, ayo pikirkan secara logika. Bagaimana caranya? Ya,
You can't get out. Completely burnt out by the Nano Nano Swarm. That's
my
how
fucking threat, boys.
RRQ keeps the throne intact.
That's my strength.
You just know that feels like death by 1,000 cuts, doesn't it? The Nano Swarm
my
is
strength.
kicking you down time and time
I
again.
briefed them that
And the
yesterday,
lockdown
boys.
would get you, and you'd be dead anyways. A massive comeback for RRQ.
Keep doubting.
And a Maelstrom throwing
I will only
DFM's
prove myself that
away
I'm
when you
stronger.
think that they're going to be able to close that map. Their own map pick was looking good. But RRQ, the crown on their head, they're kings for a reason.
Checked and mated.
Masih ragu dengan
Quite the
saya.
journey all throughout this entire
Masih ragu dengan saya. Saya tunggu permintaan maaf kalian. 1 kali 24 jam. Yang tidak minta maaf akan saya kasuskan.
A lot of aggression. Fantastic first picks coming up from Yatsuka.
I mean, when you think about RRQ, you always think about series that are going to have depth, right? We're always getting 3 mappers, overtime.
Saya tunggu 1 kali 24 jam untuk permintaan maaf kalian. Kalau tidak akan saya kasuskan kalian semua.
Rounds that they played for RRQ, the closest to them being Talon, 498. There was 198 rounds difference from our team of RRQ to the second team in round counts. That's how many maps went the distance for them throughout last year.
Takes a little bit of time to get the download on their opponents, but they do get there in the end. You know, last year to this year, this squad of players are a potent mix.
Yeah, absolutely.
Minta maaf sekarang.
It took him a little bit to get situated in the server, especially Monyet, so hopefully he can just wipe that away and refocus in towards Corrode. For
Sekalian sambil kalian minta maaf, saya izin ke WC.
So many of these moments going through and through, but now finally
Saya
comes
kebelat
online.
kencing.
Let's see what they have in store for us. For now, back to the desk with
Saya kebelat
Victoria
kencing.
Martinez and Pilsky.
Yo, not first name basis. All right then. All good.
Yeah, I prefer not to be on first name basis with how he said it.
Bro, we're living together. We're not even on first name basis. I'm kicking this guy out.
He
I'm
forgot
kicking
your
him to the
name.
curb.
He was thinking about it. He was like, I forgot his name.
And he
His
just
name
heard
is
mine
Mitchell.
today for the first time.
He only met you for the first time today. And he already knows, you're already first name basis. This guy's got it up for me.
I think so. Mitch. So Mitch Pilipowski, I know your name, and this game, it looked like it was going in the direction of DFM, a little bit back and forth, but as the casters were saying, the casters who don't know your name, it looked...
I don't remember their name either. Who was even casting that game?
I don't
Okay,
know.
I'm done with the meme. I'm done with it. What were you saying?
It looked like RRQ, you know, they're kind of slow to start. They like playing many rounds. It doesn't matter who's in the coaching booth. They just like to take a long time to get to that finish line there. And it was really interesting noting, we didn't really get to touch upon it, but Jemkin playing the Neon instead. And I could see why there was some adjustment needed going into this.
Yeah, for sure. I think this is where you need to actually apply some critical thinking skills and look at the comps. When you see such a deficit for RRQ, what you have to remember is that the DFM comp is so good on defense, but really struggles on attack unless you have some well-drilled ideas that are going to get you across the line, and they just couldn't do that. Whereas RRQ are now on singular duelists, Jemkin's on the Neon, which he did decently on, but you could see he wasn't quite as comfortable diving into the sides and creating space as Monyet was, so they kind of struggled on attack. So for me, this game actually kind of went in the natural direction that I expected, and I'm not surprised to see RRQ actually pull off a comeback here.
Yeah, big time kind of story of two halves.
Yes.
It really was. The attack side is difficult to play with the Viper comp. To go into the chamber, into the Yoru, into the Phoenix, there's so many like different areas we can get picked off. It's really hard to play the lurking Viper, and that's why we saw them play as 5 so much. So they just on the attack side for RRQ, they would just go as 5 goes the pack, and then still Yatsuka would still get the entry. Yeah, right.
Yeah, in fact, let's talk about that. We have to give Yatsuka his flowers, despite not winning this particular map.
Incredible. Just another one of these pickups from Riddle Order that go completely nuclear. Saw it from Kaide on Abyss. May had his map on Pearl. This time we had Yatsuka just going crazy on the chamber, hitting absolutely everything on defense. Right from this early round, the op comes out, he starts hitting shots there. And as you mentioned, it wasn't just Yatsuka that was a pain to attack into. I mean, he's multi-fragging like a champion here. You see him hitting every shot with the op, but also the Phoenix flashes, the Yoru on off angles ready to gate crash. And then Cess just had a bloody judge in garage every single round. Like, this was a nightmare to attack into.
Yeah, it was definitely a game.
Saya mewakili keluarga saya meminta maaf kepada Yang Mulia.
joking, but he wasn't setting up the
Saya terima
vandal,
permintaan maaf
sticking with
kalian
the
ya.
judge.
He went away
Jangan
from
diulangi
literally
lagi.
like 3 rifles and he had a judge. Like it wasn't. It's
No need.
not about economic efficiency at
Sabar
this
ya,
point.
Cek.
It's just put the judge in sense.
Ngecek HP dulu.
Disgusting. That's disgusting,
Yeah.
mate. That's a red card.
Well, there's some more red cards to give out. We have a little low light seeing Jemkin on the Neon. This is courtesy of Coach Ewok.
Yeah, so it's kind of, I didn't want to roast my boy here. I just wanted to show a little bit more. Every time when Jemkin tried to entry on the Neon, or so many times on the attack side, it was so difficult for him to get value because he was getting picked off, like coming into the side. There was just not that much.
Dengan ini saya meminta maaf atas kegaduhan ya. Bagus, bagus.
Versus when you're playing the double duelist. So he definitely had a little bit of a harder time and he couldn't get the
Ya,
value
saya
that
tidak
they
perlu ke
really
ruang
need
ganti.
from him on the attack side. But then on the
Saya
defense
bisa
side, he
percayakan
turned up,
kepada
and Xpero
coach
was
ya
another
kalau
one
misalkan
that
permainan
stepped
seperti
up
ini.
for them on the defense side as well.
Nanti kalau misalkan kalah di map 2 baru saya akan turun langsung memberikan arahan langsung ya. Saya langsung turun tangan nanti. Ya. Kalau sekarang saya rasa kondisi ruang ganti sedang baik-baik saja. Richard, W in the chat, 5 membership. W in the chat.
At least 2 to 3x there on the Neon that you're seeing in terms of impact, and I would argue doing better entry duties than what you saw Jemkin do in that map. So as far as this comp change from RRQ here, I'm not sure that the roles are necessarily fitting on this map, and I wouldn't.
Saya minta maaf telah meragukan kapasitas Pak Awe sebagai GM. Bagus. Bagus kalau kamu sadar.
It is difficult for them to break it down, so it does make sense why they were struggling with it.
Yeah.
But then once they do go over to the defense side, I'm glad to see how well they play the comp that is supposed to be strong on the defense side.
Bagus.
Wow. I mean, they still want the map, guys.
Yes.
They still want the map, but good of critiques here on this side, and it's important as we go into Corrode. Now, Corrode, you know, you mentioned earlier RRQ did develop some metas for multiple maps, and Corrode was one of these maps where you guys forefronted a very interesting agent comp.
Yeah, we actually tried to play the little bit more meta comp at the time when it was the solo Yoru. We tried it out. We tried to play the solo Neon when it was Jemkin that was playing the Neon. So there's potential where they could, with a little bit more time, they could go back to playing that comp. We did try it, it didn't really suit us, and then we went into something that's a little bit more comfort for us with the Wele and the Neon. With a little bit more time as well, we wanted to play a little bit more of the Wele Yoru. So we'll
Real
see
kerja nyata Pak Game. Saya ini selalu kerja nyata.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
Selamat malam. Dengan ini saya menulis permohonan maaf kepada Pak GM karena telah meragukan performa RRQ pada map 1. Saya janji tidak akan mengulangi kesalahan. Alvito WF, saya ingat nama kamu. Saya tandai nama kamu ya. Corrode ini adalah salah satu comfort map kita ya.
Playing a really good defense, and then on attack you need some
saya rasa
people
tidak
that
akan
you
menjadi
pick
masalah
across the
map
map,
ini.
or you need ult combos to be able to get you across the line and just or a pistol as well to get you across the line and win you that game on attack.
Saya rasa tidak akan menjadi masalah
really find a
map
lot of
ini.
those success factors.
I'm a little bit worried that the amount of times, in 2 or 3 times we see them, it's pretty late, and then they have to pivot all the way back. It's like 4 or 5 of them. All of a sudden need to pivot. Oh, there's too many people on site. Yes. All of a sudden we thought ASAP was going to empty, now there's 4. Yeah, right. So it's a little bit scary. That one usually you want your chamber to be a little bit more solo, even the Yoru. So you can have your Phoenix maybe with the pack. Your Yoru or your chamber is a little bit more solo, and they can call you back to the pack. Or they can call the pack back to them rather, when they do find some entries or some space.
Biasa kan kalau nyebut RRQ itu ada kingnya, iya betul. Dan biasa kan kalau menyebut GM itu ada kingnya. Saya sekarang juga king
that's what you
GM.
would want for this team. But on the side of DFM, now this is a team where we were just reflecting back on this team pre-May.
Kalian masih percaya nggak dengan saya?
Zero win DFM. They got their first
Kalau
win the
menang
following
harus
year. It was
hashtag
like
berkat
everything
general
they
manager.
celebrated, and finally
Kalau
they made
kalah,
the playoffs. And here they are
hashtag
beating
bukan salah.
Gen G,
Betul.
but we still haven't seen their Corrode
Betul.
yet. But now with these new pieces in, with their new coach, these 2 new players, how do you expect them to be approaching Corrode?
Corrode, I really wouldn't be surprised to see Chamber to come out. Again, Yatsuka, they've really been trusting him on the ult,
Anthem
whether he's on
official
the
games
Yoru
just
or
drop OMG, what a
not.
banger.
Either that or they're going to just be playing things
Let's
like
go, boys.
Yoru way late. So let's see what DFM are cooked up here. It
Jam
looks very
King
similar to what we
Temper.
just saw on Haven there. So similar. Actually, they're starting out defense. I must have missed that one. So they're going to really look to
We are
just
winning this
like
one.
they did on Haven, disrupt. Yatsuka's in fine form on the chamber, and then it's going to be Yoru Phoenix to give RRQ some problems to attack into.
So RRQ not going for anything too crazy. We are going to see some more Jemkin Chamber. I do love the Jemkin Chamber. He's really nice
Ini
with it, with the
adalah
operator,
salah
so it does make a
satu
lot of sense for him to
perubahan
play that.
awal yang saya lakukan ketika saya masuk dan mengisi kursi GM, saya langsung mengatakan kita tidak bisa bermain dengan hal yang sama terus-menerus. Kita harus berevolusi. Jadi ini yang saya lakukan. Ya. Kita langsung mengubah cara bermain. Oke. I told Jemkin, your chamber is good. Why don't you use it in Corrode? Let's make some changes. Let's surprise the opponent.
Both the teams as well, and such the composition again. Of course,
Dijelek-jelekin saya juga diam nih. Dicela direndah-rendahkan saya.
Excited for this one yet, Neon?
Saya akan lawan.
Yeah, I mean,
lawan.
I think we were looking for a bit more of a known quantity to come back for some consistency and for some reassurance as well. I think you can kind of say the same for DFM, that they should have just used that time then to refocus and redo what was doing really well for them too. Specifically when you've got Kaede still running on this Phoenix, you've got the Chamber in there for Yatska, right? When I think of Corrode, there's only one team in the world that currently runs Phoenix Chamber, and that's Vitality. You could try and draw something from them, but that's just a completely different team and supporting affairs around it. They also run double duelist with the Yoru too, so we'll see. Yatska though for the first.
Adu.
He's gonna get a tag on a Jemkin.
Adu mekanik. Oh, Yatsuka gila lu gila ya.
Inside of the smoke, look at Yatska. All them passing right by, but Jemkin gets the final flick at the end. Now sussed out by the trademarks. Unfortunately alerted the rest of the team as well, not quite having the initiative they want onto the A site.
He does have curveballs available. Right now, though, Akame is getting pressured by the space that RRQ is hunting for towards spawn. They're going to shut him down.
And then back in an elbow. Maybe eating a curveball here or there, but still not too bad. You have other pieces of utility available, trapping up the Paranoia, for example, and there they go. Kaede in for the quick double, but at the end of it, still many more players from RQ alive. Jemkin and Xfero onto the spike, defending it with their life sets. Last player again, but he's not quite able just yet. The circle has just closed and he's already run out of time. Xfero comes in for the final blow.
Gets close in the ends.
Mudah.
But unfortunately for Yatska, like if he was able to get a kill or two,
seperti ini cara bermain Valorant itu.
Story that would be saying in the round.
Tidak perlu khawatir.
Very unfortunate that he misses the shot. I do love the further space that RRQ do push into the spawn to find as well, right? They don't want to just sit in the site and let a retake happen. Do look to take everything into your own hands. It does come down to the wire at the end with only one player surviving as well.
Easy,
so they will get through that one into the second where there's going to be
a
full stack from DFM over.
Kalau diketemuin kayak gini udah pasti kalah DFM. Kata gua mah semua tim itu dikumpulin terus ngantri lawan RRQ, yang menang lolos, yang kalah out gitu loh. Jadi mereka nggak usah tanding satu sama lain karena ujung-ujungnya juga bakal lawan RRQ di grand final, man.
Get some of them orbs.
Siapa yang ingin Valorant Indonesia maju?
Close,
saya percaya dengan pemilihan game AW ini, percaya proses. Itu dia, Rice. Itu dia.
Maybe some exits. Yatska will be able to open things up. Smokes come through as well, though. Cushy right around the corner.
Aman aja.
Automatic weapons aplenty. He will be able to mow down two, but Akame comes in as well.
Hold the phone. We've got a call on right now.
Santai.
Maces and Akame.
Nice. Oke, kalem. Smoke-nya jelek. Udah, tinggal spam. Sabar, kan belum di-tap. Kan belum di-tap, kan tinggal santai.
Now the crazy guy getting the job done there is really well done. Again, I
Kalian
know I
masih nggak percaya
highlighted
dengan
earlier,
kinerja saya
right?
sebagai game.
We've got these little data points where we ask the players, you know, what are you trying to
Kalian
achieve
masih tidak
this year? What are you
percaya
trying to
dengan
look to
kinerja
do and
saya
everything?
sebagai
Who you
general
may be
manager?
scared of, these sort of things. And it's like, who do you want to watch and why? The crazy guy, he wants to surpass himself, right? He wants to surpass all the other IGLs. He wants to showcase that he really can be a leader that can frag as well. It's a really honorable, I think.
Saya tidak pernah ragu di ronde itu. Saya sudah tahu Kong akan menang.
Not a liability, I guess, is the kind of devil's way to put it, right? So if he's getting these frags, if he's getting that confidence up, it does look really good.
I think he's proven quite a bit.
Mahal Pak, tapi lalu kenapa? Lalu kenapa? Saya tidak melihat letak masalahnya. Dia tetap memenangkan roundnya kok.
You can see the amount of damage that's been delivered previously with the rounds RRQ found, right?
Nah, lihat, ini loh, loh ya. Kalian lebih baik mahal tapi menang atau murah tapi kalah? Nah, kalian pilih mana? Iya dong.
Love the space that Yards is finding.
Loh, sandai. Loh, kita dapat senjata. Ini strategi kita. Efisiensi budget. Loh. Siapa yang bilang mahal tadi? Siapa yang bilang mahal?
Can look very achievable for our.
Siapa yang bilang mahal?
Quite the early nightfall as well.
Gak ada yang mahal buat kita.
That no
Kita beli.
one's close towards spawn, no one's close towards site.
Kita beli.
They're going to opt to plant a little bit differently as well. They can go towards spawn for the defense if they want. Clear it with the Prowler. See how this retake does look for DFM. They have the Haunt and the Prowler for their own. Blindside to May. They lose the Fate Util now.
Prowler clears backside, enabling you to play with more
Michael Kakak, welcome to the membership.
Available for Manya as well.
Loh. Ayo, pikirkan secara logika. Bagaimana cara retake-nya? Ayo. Ayo.
May and Ses
Ayo, pikirkan secara logika. Ayo, pikirkan secara logika. Bagaimana masuk ke site-nya? Ayo, pikirkan secara logika.
Can't quite make it out alive. It's a thrifty conversion for RQ to pick up the bonus.
And honestly, the way that this one is a thrifty is crazy as well, right? Because you win the pistol, you win the second round, you've had enough damage delivered that it is a thrifty for the bonus, and you still come out on top of that one.
Di tahap ini rasanya Forsaken yang akan menawarkan diri ke saya. Tolong beli saya Pak Game. Saya melihat tim Anda sangat berpotensi. Saya mau bermain untuk tim Anda.
Thrown into the mix in that round for RRQ.
Siapa yang ragu tadi?
Absolutely. I mean, Jemkin's still a very highly rated player as well.
Siapa yang ragu tadi?
Saw a bit of that neon now onto the chamber. We know he can do the Euro as well. But now on towards the middle, it's the spams taking down Yatska.
Just to the pistols.
Ada saja ini.
With the new gun of the bandit for Akame. See if anything will come out there. Sheriff as well, and for Kaede, the Stinger, which if they do get into the site here, which they pretty much will, could be put to good use.
For now, though, spreading their wings, May hoping, hungry. Perhaps just one.
Ooh la la!
Yeah, maybe they're not even going to be able to get close towards the site with the way that RRQ are shooting. Stinger has to get in.
I mean, one could argue that this is somewhat close.
Mereka main gak sih? Hah? Are they playing?
Mereka
ini lagi main gak sih? Hah? Kok udah nggak joget-joget lagi gitu loh maksud saya? Hah?
Well, you don't need to do a lot of math to see this situation right now for Cess. Death. Oh, for Monyet. Not a bad one to take down with you. Okay. Even better as well.
Oh, jadi mahal.
Damage nicely attributed to Cess in that round. But RRQ will find 4 on the scoreboard tally so far. And if they weather through another gun round of DFM, where now we get the operator out, the Artscup, you start to worry a little bit for DFM.
Bermain Valorant itu simple. Ketika saya datang, ya, saya langsung ada tim talk dengan anak-anak. Saya bilang, main Valorant itu simple, guys. Kita tinggal tidak melakukan hal-hal yang tidak dibutuhkan. Ingat, sebuah tumbuhan untuk bisa tumbuh dengan baik, itu tidak disuruh untuk tumbuh. Tapi kita singkirkan hal-hal yang mengganggu tumbuhan itu untuk tumbuh. Kita singkirkan distraksi, kita singkirkan pikiran-pikiran yang tidak penting. Agar tumbuhan kita, yaitu tim RRQ, bisa tumbuh dengan sehat dan baik.
Utility all abound, and it's Monyet first foot in. Akame quick on the draw. And now the rest of DFM able to snuff out this one choke point.
Yeah, good Iron Fists to lock them out of that side as well when you consider the trademark of the chamber wasn't there to hold them in their process. As Kaede finds Xfero, some trades will start to come out. Pushy will bring it into a state of equilibrium. And again, another scenario where as RRQ, you should know that you didn't spot the chamber, you found Akame, you just saw the Omen top of it
Saya akan
as
berikan
well.
dia hadiah
You know where they
kecepan
can be
setelah
around this
pertandingan
map.
ini.
No chamber utility at this B site, it's over at A. Maybe you assume Yatska has brought a bit of a rotation over to the site right now, but you've got advantage as RRQ. And Cess is looking to be tricky with it into the open.
Gila lu, Cess!
Too ambitious. Yatska is just going to have to save this operator. That was the chance.
Cess, the man, bro. Come on, man.
In this round, they locked RRQ
beda satu huruf,
out.
beda ya.
Tried to catch them in rotation.
Yang satu Cess, yang satu Cess. Beda, Es.
But Kushi said no.
Yeah. The way that he peeked back up middle, just almost feels as if DFM getting a little bit too eager. with the information that they found.
Itu karena saya itu.
It will be 5 consecutive rounds to start things off for RRQ on their own map pick.
Itu saya yang arahkan itu. Berarti saya ganteng juga dong.
Where's our captain? No captain.
Kalau saya ngajarin Pushi,
He was happy last
ya
series.
kan? Dia menang, dia ganteng. Berarti saya otomatis juga ganteng dong.
I don't know about this one.
GM ganteng. Hashtag GM ganteng. Ayo gaungkan juga itu.
Seeing some illegal things from RRQ in this map at the moment. Just a massacre in mid from Cushy, to be honest with you.
Wangi sih dia sih.
Goes for that.
Bermain sih dia S.
Another frag and all the info.
Just truly locked into his role.
Yeah, they do go towards this A side now as well. That operator is still salvaged from the previous round for Yardscup. Don't even believe it revealed itself yet. So we'll see what he's going to be able to come out with in this one. See if it'll be a good magic stick. Heard. Retreated.
Perhaps a bit of space, but Kaide, this is the guy that we especially with the ult of his.
Yeah, waiting to see what he can do with these curveballs as well. Really
Panik ini DFM sudah panik. Mereka bahkan tidak teknikal karena mereka bahkan tidak tahu jawabannya apa.
Yeah.
Kita kehilangan satu pemain terus kenapa? Santai saja, mereka juga tidak bisa apa-apa.
Ability.
And just for DFM to try to make do with the advantage that they find.
Yeah. You saw the runner back and the dimensional drift. If you have to shift into a post-plant scenario, into a retake scenario,
keganasan GLHFSon telah dimulai.
RRQ get in, catch them where they're trying to go and plant. 45 seconds for RRQ to make a decision. The drift is going to come out nice and early from Main, actually, to get all the information. Did he not spot Xfero? He didn't clear the corner properly.
That's going to sting.
Bercet.
And Cess, despite getting information on B side as well, he does it from the shadows to TP over onto A, but that be enough? Kaide, come on, surely something at some point. He's got a position.
Nice.
It's just very difficult right now with that pit going down as well.
Nice,
and the two from Crazy Guy.
Main.
Just extends so much of this domain. Here comes May though, straight on through. Kaide as well. There goes the ult. Cess starting to stick onto the spike, but he doesn't have it halved.
Yeah, confirms that.
Team's falling all around him as well, and now it's just on to Kaide, trying to triangulate the kills. Curveballs left and right.
Lo AF, mampus.
So sneaky, back away. It's RQ with another round up.
Yeah, you just know at that point in time that the toxins are ticking your opponent's health down and down and down, and there is nothing that poor old Kaide is going to be able to do. Different story if the spike is half defused there, for sure, potentially. But that is around with the good opener that just gets ripped back by RRQ. Very unfortunate that he didn't clear the corner onto
Mau kita kasih satu apa enggak?
Xfero.
Ini gua kasih tau Jovi nih, kalau kita mau kasih satu kita kasih satu.
A lot of really unfortunate bits.
Ya kalau lu mau kasih satu lah Job. Enggak apa-apa. Enggak, maksud gua ya kalau bisa 0-0, cuman kalau kasih satu ya udahlah kasih lah. Udah gua kasih tahu si Jovi.
Non-start. That's the unfortunate phrase that has to be uttered.
I feel like we need the jump pack to start the battery on the car in this one. It's just not able to start, it's not able to go. And then after you do that, you probably then need to check the petrol because you're still not going.
There goes all your car knowledge. But we do.
Nah ini baru contoh cewek selalu benar. Ya. Ceweknya benar dukung RRQ. Masa cowoknya dukung Dev?
We saw a lot of it in the previous map. Honestly, I was loving what I was seeing from DFM when they were winning those rounds. They were making really good decisions. They were figuring out some of the weaknesses of RRQ. But then it did feel like
mudah ini.
After coming into that bonus round of RRQs where they just ran it flawlessly, there was no gas anymore for DFM. Things slowed down, RRQ found a grip. They found a vice grip on the map.
Oh yeah.
Now they're looking to still go. Make this 7-0.
Not gonna let go any moment soon.
Having 4 members here is gonna be good. Having an opener on a Monyet is gonna be great.
Able to slow down RRQ for now, but exploring their options now. It's just Kaide with this Sheriff. Oh, quickly spotted by Jemkin.
And the mid prowl now as well. Xfero is going to delete the main.
Sedapnya!
Now Lord and Savior for DFM, perhaps.
Ya ampun.
Okay.
Aduh.
So information for the rest of the squad on this site. And Jemkin
Look
will
at
quickly
this,
dispatch
bro.
of it.
That was a little bit confusing. I thought the
Huh?
Prowler locked
Look
onto
at
May
this.
itself and
This
actually
is what
switched
will
targets
happen
onto the
when you
queen.
invest
I don't know.
from the past.
Anyways, good luck.
Look
Vess.
at RRQ.
Oh,
Monyet.
he'll take that.
Jemkin.
But the problem is
Crazy guy.
putting a priority on the kill
Kushi.
that doesn't impact
Expero.
your opponent's
They
economy
are
or on the
investment
round.
from the
Because it's
past,
the former
not
at this
from
point
the
in time.
past
And
3
you
months.
don't even get the job done there.
He was dicked. He was dicked.
How many players from the
Let's
FM
see
have already played in playoff?
what DFM are going to be able to come out with now. The timeout
How
that
many?
they use, you would assume, to get
So respect
a
RRQ.
new look and insight onto what your coaches have figured out that RRQ are deploying on this map. And for your rifle round that now comes into round number 8, what differences you do look to come out with. I wouldn't mind seeing some double
Untung aja
layered
waktu itu gua
aggression
prep
from
ya dia ya.
both of the duelists,
Nah, ini
right?
gua kasih tipsnya,
Get
lu kalau main
Kaede
chamber,
out to flash
itu
around
gini
the
caranya,
corner,
Nyet.
get May to flash up high
Dadadadadadadadad,
behind.
gitu.
Come out with a couple of these nice tandem plays.
Untung gua kasih
Get the
tunjuk
free
arahannya
kill
dengan
in
baik
there
dan
as
benar.
well.
Dan dia Jemkin ini pemain yang cepat
Or
nangkep
you
sih
can
menurut gua.
spam bottom
Jadi waktu
mid
gua
and,
ajarin dia tuh
you
langsung
know,
nangkep, nggak kayak langsung
your opponent's
sorry
controller.
Son, I didn't understand. Enggak, dia langsung kayak oh oke, I understand gitu. Dia tuh diajarin
Not
langsung
this
nangkep,
one
tau gak sih?
either.
And then the
Gua
cookie
suka Jemkin.
crumbles.
Cepat dia belajarnya.
Lalalala.
Dia suka. Halo. Halo.
Yeah, this feels a little bit flat at the moment for DFM. Opener, cool. You got the frag, free of charge on a crazy guy. But an overheat immediately for a forward TP from Cess and then everybody else starts to fall.
Kehebatan Jovi. Ini bukan karena Jovi. Ini karena saya. Anda salah memuji orang.
But what can May do to try and bring this almost unassailable situation back?
He's got flashes. He's slowly running out of time. Really not planted in a good spot for his defuse either. So
where did that molly go?
May bisa apa?
Oh,
May bisa apa?
I heard the
Loh
snake
ya.
spite, but I don't know where it
Bisa
went.
apa?
Up into the
Lucu.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sudah kena
8-0
mental
now
ini.
for RRQ.
Loh ya.
Check on that opener.
Sudah.
That's a nice one. But the remainders, good allocation for Kushi. And the team just watching the angles that they need to. So we definitely need to see in the way that DFM can get back into this. But for now, let's have a listen into RRQ and just see how the comms are looking in this mighty lead.
Keep the eye, keep the eye.
Hold on.
Saya tidak suka ini. Tim talk seperti ini di spill.
Care flash dulu, ayo anti.
Ini mereveal strat ini, mereveal cara kita berkomunikasi. Saya tidak suka.
Well, good numbers checking in towards mid and good expectations on where DFM can be. It's an unlucky tag that comes out there onto Yatska. Any other member would have finished them off with that outlaw.
Let's go. Ayo kita ke Spanyol, chat. Mastersnya di Spanyol. Ayo. Kita ke Spanyol. Bersama kita menuju Spanyol.
RRQ's way.
This round, I mean, in this map.
Kalian mau ke Spanyol atau tidak?
On this B site. So we'll give benefit of the doubt here. It's a nice high-low. And you should be dead as Jemkin.
Oi! Oi!
Clips it right around the edge of it. Spots it by the foot. Now the rest of the team will be looking to regroup, especially up middle.
Yeah, it's a split. There's a paranoia that goes into them, but
Aduh.
It's going to be May just trying to go turret mode, but Jemkin swaps to the shorty Cushy as well. Skilled up middle.
Spanyol
down soon enough. Akame and Yatska.
Santiago Bernabeu di mana?
That is still down on the other side of the map.
Spanyol.
No flank coming out from there. He'll still watch for one in case they don't exactly know where Akame and Yatska currently
Santiago Spanyol, kocak orang Santiago Bernabeu aja di Spanyol.
This will be telling.
Winnable.
They still do have a slight opportunity. Cushy is low after all, as well as Jemkin. Oh!
What movement though?
Sumpah lu, gue
Just
cium
to
abis
play
ini.
for the intel. And there goes Jemkin with the angle lockdown at the end.
What did I say? How many 4 versus 5s
Semenjak
have we
GLHFSon,
seen from
game Aweson kita belum pernah kalah lawan Genji, T1, Peprex. Itu
into
loh.
that B side
Ingat,
as well with
di bawah
an op shot
arahan
that I
saya,
thought should not have gone
RRQ
Jemkin's
belum
way.
pernah
No rendezvous
sekalipun
to get out of there. If he
kalah
misses the shot,
melawan
he
T1,
just takes the shoulder line,
Genji
he even
ataupun
goes for the
Peprex. Itu harus
higher player
cangkam.
in terms of the verticality. And they do get in towards the site for that 3 versus 3. They do get the plant, they get the advantage.
One enemy remaining.
Cushy
Last player
wallbangs the Artsker and a stable operator for Jemkin as well to seal the deal. 9 in a row for RRQ.
Pretty sure we're thinking the same thing, but
I'll say it because I don't want it to happen.
okay.
There will not be a 13. No, there will be a 13.
Santiago kocak nggak ada Bernabeu-nya. Masa Santiago kagak ada Bernabeu-nya gimana sih?
Rendezvous for Jemkin.
Setiap ada Santiago pasti ada Bernabeu.
Looking at May to potentially do something dastardly here with the Vandal. But he is on the wrong side of the map.
And Nico as well. Still just trying to work around the positions. While RRQ, first time in a while going up short.
Barcelona pun belum mampu mengalahkan RRQ. Let's go.
And he might have the idea, but can he land a shot? Tommy has provided a bit of support, but Cushy, the Phantom at close range. Jemkin lurked out towards the back. Just main left now. All the way through up from
Halo DFM, hello. Hello. Are you okay? Hello.
May needs a miracle.
Hello. Hello DFM, are you okay?
Not going to happen there. Everybody
Hello.
watching each other's backs on RRQ.
Hello, you
Everybody
okay?
there
Hello
for the trades.
DFM.
And just good awareness of where DFM
Hello,
are situating
you need
around
some
the map.
help?
Is this going to be a blessing now that the guns are
Mudah
back for
sekali.
DFM?
Kayak kadang kasihan
Or
gitu loh
still
dengan
a
orang-orang
curse
yang
on this defensive
belum
side
tahu
of
dan tidak mau
Corrode.
mendukung RRQ. Mereka
It certainly
kehilangan
is
kesempatan
feeling
untuk mendukung
It's a bit too poisonous coming out from RRQ
calon
at
pemenang
the moment.
Champions gitu loh.
Need to find some
Orang jauh-jauh datang mendukung dia. Saya heran
Aggression,
gitu.
though, I like this coming out from B. That's what I was talking about earlier, right? Doing something with the flashes and the fade util. Bit of a different rendition with the other bits of
Genji
util
kalah
that comes
dengan
out,
tim
but
ini, itu
I
saya
wouldn't have
heran
minded
loh.
also then sending in
Langsung
another
saja
layer
sediakan
of
Rolexnya.
Kaide behind it. When that first set of utils
Kalau
done, you got
misalkan,
another flash, you
oke
got
dengar,
another fight,
kalau
another,
misalkan
especially when you've
pemain-pemain
got the run
RRQ
attack.
berhasil memenangkan kick off dan kita lolos ke
something.
Santiago, saya akan
Challenge the
hadiahkan
approach.
mereka jam tangan.
Because now that
Daniel
that
Wellington.
util is all subsided, you've conceded the space again.
Saya
to
akan
RRQ.
kasih mereka
We can
masing-masing
just look
satu.
to
Begitu
coordinate
pula coach
a good
dan
hit into
staff.
this site.
Semua akan saya kasih jam
a
tangan.
little bit
Daniel
worried
Wellington.
about the other end of the map, but that's where RQ just doubles
Great
down. Akame in position though. Good for the first one.
Santai.
Not quite the second.
Menang first skill tapi tidak pernah bisa
Another
follow up
layer
buat
in with the
apa?
run it back, try to
Itu loh
slow
maksud
things
saya.
down, but might have revealed quite a bit much. May does arrive just in the nick of time. Yatsuka as well. Another shot through.
Panik,
All
mereka
of a
panik.
sudden, the tables might have turned. A big pop flash. And it's just Cushy left.
It's okay,
right
kasih
around
satu,
the
kasih satu.
corner. And finally,
Kasih
DFM
satu.
on the board.
There we go. Golf claps for DFM. They have found a round, but they certainly had to fight very hard around that site to be able to get it as well. May making sure that he's not overplaying his hand in position 2 to give an opportunity to RRQ to 2v1 him essentially. Just trying to find those advantageous 1 versus 1.
Bagus loh Daniel Wellington, itu jam tangan hits.
Got a real
Yeah.
cess in with these TPs as well. If he did stick the landing and Jemkin wasn't too
Itu
far
jam
forward,
tangan
or sorry, Monyet
hits.
wasn't too far forward, potentially could have got the kill. So gotta be a little bit careful. But last round and a half now. Tour de force is out for Jemkin. Monyet is just absolutely bloody sending it up through mid, and he's just going to go straight to the judge
Jujur
as
mas,
the executor on the round.
minimal utilnya dipakai sih kalau kata saya.
Decoy for Crazy Guy that got inserted into this spot. The rest of RQ playing around the end of that smoke. Crazy
Masa
Guy,
gua
there he goes.
satu round kalah langsung
well,
out. Itu
wants to
10
try
loh RRQ loh.
Get this A side with the rest of his team.
Itu
He got a
RRQ
little bit later,
10
got
loh.
confirmation, he will
Masa
just
gua
get in.
kalah satu round langsung
Personal with them.
out.
Speaking of, Kaide now needs to do absolutely everything.
That was the Blaze that got the kill, but still, the site is open for business. Pit is online. May does have drift though.
Yeah, you almost feel incentivized that you want to find something just before using it, but now I'm going to think better of it and facilitate an entryway for the team.
Come on, Akame. Was this duo from last year, but yep, slowly getting spotted out now. May just creating a bit more chaos on the other end of it. 2 kills to his name, and the third back into the game. DFM will close out this first half with 2-10.
Maybe we did need a little bit of 2025 DFM for the May show to start things up here for DFM.
Si Tes udah 1000 kill. Cepet loh. Hitungannya cepet sih.
2-10 though is going to be a pretty difficult scoreline to come back from, you'd assume. Unless we see something of the caliber of BBL the other night against Fnatic.
Jujur ada laparnya sih.
Perhaps.
Masa kalah 1 round?
Perhaps.
Ya Allah, itu 10, itu 10, RRQ 10 nyet. RRQ 10 ini. Nih, nyet. RRQ 10 ini nih di bawah nih 10 loh. Tuh. Nih. Nih. Ini 10 loh, RRQ-nya 10. Masa out?
Yeah, you got the Viper as well that's going to be playing on this defensive side with the walls that you can always see changed up.
10 itu 10.
On the flip side, you got double dual faction that can potentially come out pretty strong for DFM. Interested to see what sort of tandem plays and the way that they'll use the fade, for example, to try and get them a little bit easier around these angles. Gonna have to use the flashes for the pops in the beginning.
Kita udah mulai punya fans, nice. Ini adalah salah satu kinerja saya juga ya. Memastikan fans kita di Korea itu banyak. Ya. Itu salah satu tugas saya juga. Saya ditugaskan untuk itu juga.
That 13-10 final scoreline.
That is true. But that's what this entire year, this entire kickoff is all about. Back into the second half.
Viva RRQ!
New iteration of DFM.
It's going to start with the pistol, isn't it?
Masa mereka DFM fighting. 2 lo skornya, masa fighting.
Set you to a pace to force you out of B main.
And also revealing some cards on the A site. Utilities starting to get spent. They know there is a chamber somewhere. So flashing themselves in.
Son keluar apa Son keluarin?
RQ trying to set up for retakes.
Yeah, 5 versus 5.
Apa keluarin Son?
Let's not get too ahead of ourselves here.
Otherwise the heads will be removed, and that's what they're tracking for in this one. Not a lot of utility though for RQ to go at this. They're going to have to try and do it in strength and numbers. Relay Bolt maybe first with the Haunt.
Force ready.
Those would be very key pieces of utility. There he goes. Shots lined up for Yatska. Monyet with the trade.
Nice job.
Teams playing around backsides of Elbow, trying to land some sneaky shots, but it's made around the edges of the smoke! A double quickly found, and just Xfero left. No time either.
It's May. Of course it's May. Maybe that was exactly what the doctor ordered in this one to patch things up for DFM. B starts fragging up, and there's some confidence that's built for the rest of the squad. Maybe they can feel like this is definitely achievable. You got to do it one step at a time, and starting with the pistol, well, required in a lot of people's minds, because if you drop the pistol, it probably is just map done.
Ya belum out lah, belum out. Belum, ini masih jauh.
Chamber on chamber action. Will the
Masa out?
Well, apparently it will.
In nggak? In nggak sekarang? In. Tulis in. In nih. Lu lihat ronde ini in.
Really put the dampener on things, mate. Then to try to take charge up around B.
B site is absent of majority of the RRQ members.
Ingat, kalau misalkan kalah round itu bukan salah saya. Yang harusnya kalian bilang out. Itu orang yang lain, bukan saya. Saya tidak pernah salah.
Eventually, if you do go to this B site, that's where Xfero is just laying behind.
Kalian harus ingat
although now
cangkem itu baik-baik.
thought better of it, and it's just going to allow May to waltz on in.
Xfero though, trying to keep still, trying to keep silent. Cushy spotting out just at least one. Kaide onto the other, and slowly but surely the rest of RQ then making their moves, also getting spotted out.
It's a good reset in the middle of the round as well, when it feels a little bit too pressured in towards mid. Silent in towards the B site. Wall drops, find your frags. Settle appropriately. Now for Jemkin and Crazy Guy, you just assume the only way that they find a fight in this round is by hunting it for themselves, because DFM holding on to all this weaponry for the bonus round.
Ya nggak apa-apa, ini masih anti kok. Santai aja. Lu anti kritik, saya tidak anti kritik. Kritik itu tidak masalah, selama membangun itu. Hah? Kritik boleh, asalkan membangun. Selama kritik Anda itu benar, didasarkan dengan fakta yang benar. Buktinya kita ini menang kok. Next round ini, next round baru. Ya. Perhatikan ini, next round.
If they are behind, they can push us into OT and they can deny a team from making it international.
Lihat ini, next round kita menang.
So, what giveth, what taketh.
Either way though, this second half is
next round kita menang.
Starting up.
Let's go. Let's go.
3 rounds for RQ still.
Oh,
okay.
A bit ambitious now. And all
tiba-tiba kalah. Kita belum kalah.
The attacking side and for Kush
kita hanya
getting out that Odin on a map that has
tersendat
seen
itu
patches
wajar.
of walls that were very spammable be modified. His current position though, not. As Yatska opens up onto Monyet up mid.
No more acrobatics for now, but also aware that the Odin is here, surely, after the orb is farmed. For other options, DFM.
Maze one away from the drift now as well.
Harusnya di momen ini justru kalian memberikan dukungan. Ya. Harusnya kalian memberikan dukungan kepada RRQ loh. Bukannya justru mengujar kebencian. Berikan dukungan.
County's lucky stars that he's still alive to fight this round.
Gonna poke his head out anymore, but Jemkin is now alerted.
Yeah, and what can he do? Get one before rendezvousing out, perhaps. They're just going to shift on past, making no noise up through mid, and it's going to be a call to retreat from B for RRQ as well. I think in this sort of situation with Cushy being quite low, do you even just consider a 4-man save?
Yeah.
You heard the operator, you know it's a big stacked up position for DFM with 5 alive to this B side as well.
30 seconds left.
And Crazy Guy is on the other side
Ayo
of the map.
dong.
We'll see how the
Close this one out, boys. Close this one out. Retake this shit, bro.
Definitely is going to be a difficult one, honestly, to maneuver. And yeah, they're just calling it. It's going to be 4 saves. They're going to try again next round. I honestly don't mind it.
Yeah. Totally agree.
Wah, save kita.
I mean, perhaps if someone overextended and Cushy found something, then they might have had to go for it. But this makes sense.
It's just a lot of time taken to get to the
Sudah
site.
kami dukung dari 3 tahun lalu, tapi mana hasilnya, Pak? Beri saya waktu. Ya, beri saya waktu. Saya baru bekerja tuh 1 minggu. Saya baru bekerja 1 minggu. Beri saya waktu. Ya. Untuk mengembalikan rupiah, beri saya waktu.
It would be honestly pretty silly to have
beri saya waktu.
attempted a retake there.
I'll find you.
So, all's good in the hood for now for RQ still, despite losing the round. And also,
beri saya waktu.
Keeping in mind that Yatska is still a threat.
Yeah, the operator's still online. They know that May has won away from the dimensional drift as well, so it could be the option to go for a bit of an orb contest. If you want to put Jemkin back on towards that A orb line, you could definitely do so. You want to get some util
Kasian,
combos.
orang-orang ini akan pulang dengan tangan hampa lagi.
Definitely do so as well. We're going to have a chit chat, however, first and foremost for RRQ.
Tenang aja. Saya udah brief ini persis.
See how this one results out.
Ya, saya sudah tahu situasi ini akan terjadi. Saya sudah tahu. Ya. Saya sudah tahu ini akan terjadi, saya sudah mengantisipasi, saya sudah tahu kapasitas dari DFM dan apa yang bisa mereka lakukan. Itu sebabnya kita ini harus tenang. Kita ini tidak boleh gagap. Kita tidak boleh panik. Ya. Ini arahan saya untuk tactical timeout. Tadi saya baru saja ngechat Jovi. Timeout. Ya. Tadi saya baru saja ngechat Jovi untuk timeout. Ini sebabnya ini di timeout. Ini salah satu upaya saya gitu loh untuk memenangkan pertandingan ini.
This half, not the way that they've wanted so far. So calling the early timeout is not a bad thing when you've got 2 to play with and they didn't need it in the first half, right? So you want to stop any opportunity that DFM have managed to find and wriggle in.
I'll make them use specials, guys.
Let's hear from RRQ again.
Maxim, I can parallel for you to get deeper. Can you move?
Lihat, round ini kita akan menang. Perhatikan.
Sound B. On B main outside, I think. Set, ya.
All done.
Prowler on the back of that one.
Perhatikan, kita akan menang round ini.
See, can you find any cheeky damage off the spam? You can't, but you're going to try and funnel them in towards Crazy Guy. He got off the line at the right time, in my opinion. Operator around that corner, you don't want to overstay your welcome.
Going up. Definitely not. Now alerted as to where the possible assault could be coming through. Monyet trying to slow them down with the relay. He does get it just in time.
Lihat.
That's just going to halt the
Round ini
process
kita akan
of
menang.
DFM as well.
Full retake A. Kita tidak pernah gagal melakukan ini.
Site, but they're not
Kita
able
sudah
to get
membaca
in
ini.
just yet. Kaede
Lihat. Kalau
down for
mereka
the
rotate,
counter,
midnya sudah
only
kita
a
cut.
singular
B-nya
flash
masih ada
for
Jemkin.
May.
Dengan
As he inch in little by little to get a superior
Handel.
line with the operator. Do
Saya
you
kira dia
even
pakai
feel
operator.
comfortable to stay around this A site or not?
Maybe not. The Prowlers will both pass each other. You already have such a position, so still thinking to get the spike down.
Yeah, they clear elbow though. You wait for a smoke to go towards spawn side. Try and set it up for Yatsuko on the line. He's just going to get on the try and miss the shot.
Lihat. Sesuai call saya. Dia pasti bakal miss di shot pertama operatornya.
Now you're aware.
Jangan khawatir.
Trying to find the right opportunity to push in, and there
Loh,
goes
ya.
Yehoden.
Loh, ya.
Spams
Loh,
onto
bingung,
May of all
bingung.
players.
Nah,
Yatsuko
semua
smoked
checkpoint
off.
sudah dijaga.
Crazy
Ayo,
Guy, the
bingung
rest of them
bagaimana?
starting to
Bagaimana
move
caranya
onto the
mempertahankan
spike.
sayanya? Ayo.
No
Ayo,
options
ya.
remaining,
Ya,
and
itu dia.
Crazy Guy will just
Saya
behead
memegang
down
janji
3
saya.
players.
Apabila saya janjikan kemenangan, saya akan berikan
Very
kemenangan.
mammoth play to come through from him there. Lead by example. Rest of the team looking at the angles that they
Apabila
needed
saya
to
janjikan
as
kemenangan,
well.
saya akan berikan kemenangan kepada saudara-saudara sekalian.
And that is RRQ.
Jangan saudara-saudara sekalian sekali-kali
for this defensive side.
tidak percaya dengan apa yang saya bicarakan. Apabila
DFM, though,
saya
3 in a row,
menjanjikan
building
kemenangan.
up a bit of their own bank. You're going to be able to answer
Kok
with
suaranya nggak
another
berubah?
buy.
Berubah
Are
nggak
they
sih
gonna
suaranya
be
tadi?
as prevalent in this
Nggak ya?
next rounds to be able to regain some more rounds to wrangle back this map. Operator is still out for yards.
Kalau menang lucu banget.
He does have that
Selesai.
dimensional
Kalau menang
drift available.
selesai. Kalau kalah, out.
Otherwise, next round would be a really scrappy buy. Trying to make this one count.
Anjing lucu banget
So
lu
if you're
pada.
going to go for this drift up through mid as well, you definitely need your teammates to follow for the space that you clear. If you're going for a B split, only having Kaede over at the main
Gue
trap
gak suka deh kalian tuh muji-muji Jovi terus.
exactly what you would feel
Ini tuh
confident in,
kejeniusan
you would
gua.
say. But you
Tolonglah,
right on par,
hargai
on
kerja
by
gua.
the plays.
Men, gue sedih tau lu pada kayak gitu.
Might not be enough.
I don't think they recognize that May has slotted himself in very close.
Be a sneaky kill.
Oh, the timing, mate. This could be egregious.
Let's
Never
go,
mind,
Cushy.
Aware. You've even got the push down towards A from Crazy Guy too for a first point of contact over there.
Oh no. Well, okay, managed to get past.
Yeah, you've got every position covered around the map essentially for RRQ. Locking them out of B with
menang ini,
the
menang
top
kita,
screen, watching towards your own spawn.
Bisa save ini DFM.
It was a problem spot. Crazy Guy finding that forward kill on the line that I mentioned earlier as well, right? It's very important that he was on that line to find that.
Ini
Now
menang
you can
ini.
just switch
Easy.
and sit pretty. 20 seconds to go. Kaede and Akame
Really just running out of options.
running out of time as well. You can try and flash the corner and force a plant. But what do you look to do after that? It's a 5 versus 2 at the end of the day. You're just going to look to try and save.
Lihat.
And you definitely need
Saving.
to hold on to
Saya
these
sudah
guns.
call tadi.
When that clock hits 0.
You could still
Saya
lose him
sudah
at this
call
point. I'm
tadi.
sorry to say,
Kenapa nggak?
Komodo.
Yeah, you could get the plant after the time,
What
get
are
the
Dom
ulti
doing?
orb, no,
What-
get the
what are
challenge
Dom-
forward.
what-
Yeah, you hear those footsteps, you don't want to risk
What
losing
the
the
Dom
gun.
doing? Mereka ini ngapain?
Goes map and
Kan jadi
series
tidak gajian
points
itu
at
loh.
this juncture
Mereka
are really,
lucu.
really
Saya sudah
tough.
call tadi. Ini bisa
Mammoth
saving,
task
tapi
for
minimal
DFM.
mas.
Oh, sure, 7 series
Ngeplan
points
sih kalau
is
kata-
not going to
lucu
have
ini.
you sitting comfortable in that chair down on the stage at all.
Mudah ini, mudah.
It has just been such a destructive start for RRQ at the beginning of this map. I mean, look, man, 10 in a row. What can you really say about that?
Really.
Yang puji-puji Jovi time out. Moderator, yang puja-puji Jovi time out. Yang puji-puji Jovi time out. Kurang ajar, dia tidak menghargai kerja saya.
Set execute on the
Time
back
out
of the
yang puji-puji
dimensional
Jovi.
drift, forcing Jemkin out into a spot of bother. Maybe not. They just did not expect him to be up high in the sky.
Says though, trying to do the best with these. The Spectre will dispatch the 2 players. And now, perhaps a little bit more. Shrouded steps into a deeper position. Prowlers to clear. Monyet alongside Xpero, taking a bit of a journey. Alert as to where May is as well. He's got him marked, looking for the shot, but Monyet! A couple of taps and Percy goes overdrive and quickly beats down the final player.
Saya janjikan kemenangan, saya berikan kalian kemenangan.
Detonation no more. RRQ are back on top.
Just too convincing for them in this series, to be honest with you. You kind of remove the beginning of DFM in the first map, and then there's just so many rounds strung in succession for time and time again. I mean, it's just very, very strong showing for them here today.
Come on, man.
Corrode, their own map pick, come out of the gates flying. Maybe for DFM, taking a risk with this composition, trying to see what they can do with it, but never really able to find their footing in the very beginning, and it just stumbles down the hill time and time again.
It's really unfortunate. Despite the incredible performance from the first half of map 1, really got
Let's go,
RRQ! Challenging DFM at this point. But at the same time, for these guys to really show that they do have what it takes still. It's really lovely.
Yeah, no, for sure. At least for an exciting up around 3 that the desk will be able to give a little bit more on towards later. But NS Full Sense, Paper X, RRQ. That's going to be
ragu dengan keputusan-keputusan yang saya ambil. Kalian masih ragu dengan kinerja saya. Saya sudah membuktikan dengan kerja nyata langsung. Saya sudah membuktikan dengan kerja langsung, kerja nyata. Saya langsung terjun ke lapangan. Saya langsung memberikan hasil. Ini yang kalian mau kan? Ini yang saya janjikan kepada kalian. Kemenangan. Dan ini baru satu, akan banyak kemenangan-kemenangan lain yang akan saya berikan untuk RRQ. Dicangkem baik-baik.
오늘 RRQ의 어떤 점이 좀 전략적으로 상대팀보다 우위에 있었다고 느끼는지 승리 소감과 함께 들어보도록 하겠습니다. Well, congrats on that 2-0 win.
I did. I wasn't sure. I'm like, you're just a freaking caster. What do you know? I was wrong.
You have to fill in an apologization. What? You have to apologize. Fill out an apologize form.
Okay, an official apology. I'm not even gonna pretend it was a caster curse. I will. I'll fill out the form. I'm sorry. I was wrong. I'm gonna buy
아무래도 RRQ가 조금 더 멘탈적으로 단단함이 오늘 경기의 승리를 좀 기여했다고 이야기를 해줬습니다. 10대 4로 뒤처지고 있던 상황에서도 우리가 공격에서 어떻게 잘 풀어나갈 수 있는지 그런 자신이 있었기 때문에 오늘 승리를 가져갈 수 있었다고 이야기를 해줬네요. 그리고 RRQ에 있던 변화, 익숙한 퍼시픽에서의 다른 코치죠. 조비 코치가 합류하고 나서 좀 어떤 변화가 있는지 팀의 색깔에 좀 변화를 줄 생각인지 어떻게 체감하고 있는지 들어보도록 하겠습니다. You guys have a new coach, a fresh voice, Coach Jovi. I wanted to tell us about how that's been like.
I think so far it's been really good. Especially this series, he's been helping a lot in event, especially like he calls like what to do and like what not to do. So yeah,
he's very clear with what he wants you guys to do.
Yeah.
Kenapa dia terima kasih ke Jovi?
조비 코치님이 합류하고 나서
Kenapa dia terima kasih ke Jovi? Terima kasih ke saya, David.
어떤 점을 좀 보완을 해야 되고 어떤 점을 하지 말아야 되는지 직설적으로 이야기를 해주고 있기 때문에 팀에게 되게 좋은 변화가 일어나고 있는 것 같다고 이야기를 해줬습니다. 그리고 저희가 경기를 계속 보면서 좀 국제적으로도 그렇고 퍼시픽에서도 그렇고 상위 팀들이 조금은 어려움을 겪고 있습니다. 그 점에 대해서 이번 퍼시픽 2026 좀 엑스페로 선수는 어떻게 보는지 다른 경기들에 대해서도 물어보도록 하겠습니다. Well, you know, globally and even in Pacific, the higher seeded teams are having a little bit of a struggling time, right? Well, you played against DFM; they're a new team, right? So, what are your expectations on Pacific?
Kalau menang Jovi, kalau kalah gue yang out gimana sih? Depannya kocak.
Yeah, honestly, like even GE, I'm quite surprised with how they play even though they lose, but just surprised how they play the veto and some stuff.
사실 오늘 1경기 글로벌 e스포츠가 지긴 했지만 오늘 경기 운영하는 방식에 되게 놀랐다고 이야기를 했습니다. 특히 신규 요원 비토를 어떻게 다루는지에 대해서 되게 인상 깊게 봤다고 엑스페로 선수가 전해줬습니다. 네, 이렇게 해서 저희는 여기서 인사드리겠습니다. Thank you for the interview, Xpero.
Thank you.
And we'll toss it to the desk. Say bye.
Thank you, chat. Wuh, buset chatnya anjing deras banget.
What
Guys, thank
a
you,
win
guys.
by RRQ. I don't know who doubted them. Silly people.
Thank you, guys.
They are
Thank you.
looking absolutely great.
W in the chat
And we are
for
gonna have an
RRQ,
interview
y'all.
with Cushy very shortly.
Thank you so
after
much.
We go over some of the highlights from
Kalian sudah
Corona.
melihat
Honestly,
kejeniusan
RRQ,
saya.
you know,
Ini
this
baru
is your map,
awal
and it continues.
dari
To
era
me, this is still like your team. You know, there's so much of your
pemerintahan
essence
saya.
that
Saya
still
janjikan
remains on
akan
this
lebih
team.
banyak lagi kemenangan-kemenangan seperti ini ke depannya.
It looked really good, especially on their mapping. I was really happy to see. I think the roles worked
Saya
out really
janjikan.
nicely. I really like the Jenkin chamber. And then my boy that's gonna join us for the interview.
Saya janjikan
Kushi,
akan
also
lebih banyak
played out of
lagi
his mind. It's really
kemenangan-kemenangan
good to see
seperti
him
ini
bragging
selanjutnya.
like he did.
Yeah, I think good resilience on that first map. The first half was really rough, but as we kind of mentioned, summarizing Haven, it's a difficult comp to attack into.
Saya
So once they
janjikan
work their way into the series, it
akan
felt
lebih
like
banyak
RRQ
lagi.
just picked up more
Ya.
momentum. They played their way through the
Permainan-permainan
ring rust of all
cantik
those
seperti ini.
teams that are seated ahead in the bracket to experience not only
Kita
here in
nonton dulu nih,
Pacific,
si Chess
but
lagi di sebelah,
globally.
anjing.
I'd say less so here in Pacific actually. We've seen that, and once they got onto their own map pick, it was domination.
Yeah, I mean, this has been a great way. A little bit of a slow start, but they
Gimana
completely
ini
picked
pelatih
it
tidak
up.
boleh lebih
And
terkenal dari
I'm
GM
really
sekarang
liking
masuk
what
lorong
RRQ's
ganti pemain.
bringing. Again, the only
Ini akan saya bicarakan
team
di
that
Team
hasn't
Talk
changed a
selanjutnya.
single
Tidak
player on the
ada
roster. Just the
tim
coaching
yang lebih besar
staff,
dari GM-nya.
I think the handover has been looking
Jadi saya
absolutely phenomenal here. Even with
akan
a little bit
saya
on this
diskusikan.
particular map of Haven, a little bit of the role swaps, the agent swap with Jumpkin on the Neon.
Saya akan
But there
diskusikan.
was one stat that we were talking about, and it was about Cushy. And Cushy was a hugely promising player to come into RQ last year, and we're so glad to see your performance today, Cushy. Congrats
Thank you.
on your first win of 2026. How you feeling?
Definitely feeling great.
Karena abis ini gue tarik asik Kushi.
You know, we came in this match like we had a talk like nothing to expect, just have some fun, and yeah. It may seem like maybe last year in the beginning of the year I was doing pretty great, and then suddenly we had a change of IGL and I had like a struggle.
Yeah.
And that whole year, 2025, I was trying to find my footing. Maybe Ewok knows part of it.
Yeah.
And yeah, by the end of this year, I'm getting like more of it because now in game,
Pemain saya
like
ini.
I help with the
Saya
micro
yang
a lot. Like for example, like
yang pilih ini.
to be
Pemain
honest,
saya
I
ini.
need to give credit to the coaching staff and also the other players. Like all of our comps are improving, so we are better in micro. So yeah, basically that's it.
Oh, that's really good to hear. Ewok wouldn't say. He wanted you to tell your own story. So yeah, that's fantastic to hear because we know you how much potential you had. So we're really glad to see you like step back.
Kushi
into,
ganteng. Bikinkan
you know,
klip TikToknya.
Is this like? Is there more to see? Is this like? This is the Cushy we're going to see consistently throughout the year?
I guess we'll see.
It's already great. I think that if this is like, you know, everything that you're going to be showing this year, that's already awesome.
Yeah, what was the vibe going into the second half of Haven? Because first half was rough, but that's also a really annoying comp to attack into at times, especially when you're not playing double duels.
Saya akan
So
brief nanti
did you
di
guys
next
kind of
interview
know that
harus minimal
things might
mention
be rough
saya
on
ya.
that particular half and you can work your way into the game on attack, or what was kind of the vibe in the team? Because you guys have done so many comebacks last year. Maybe today was just another day at the
Saya akan
office.
tegur.
So
Ini
in my opinion,
ini akan saya berikan
of course,
teguran
our
keras.
mental resilience is like really strong as a team. But going to second half, we just said like run by round. Even Cha, he was like doing like not really good, but he stays really positive. So props to him also. And yeah, we just focused round by round and played our own game, and we took the win. So
nice.
I'm curious
Lapor
for you
game
how-
ada pencemaran
how
nama
are
baik
you
di stream
feeling
Indo.
coming into everything
Emang iya
with
chat.
DFM,
sumpah.
of course, you saw them play really well the previous series, and then what's
Ada pencemaran nama baik
preparation
apa
for you
chat?
guys? Is there anything that's
Gue
different to
pengen
what
lihat.
it normally was, or you mentioned that we're just
Ngomong
trying
apa
to-
dia?
No, not too much like expectation, but what was it for you guys that maybe some focus on with the meta change and everything?
we focused on definitely the microcoms, as I said. Like we try to focus a lot on like just focus on ourselves. Like for example, we're executing side. We try to go this side together, like not like fight one like that.
And a little bit more Odin I've seen since the off season. Finally,
To be honest, I stopped using the Odin, but since they played the Euro and Phoenix comp, might as well just buy it again.
yeah.
Yeah.
You wanna? Yeah, we don't share why we're using the Odin in specific comp. No leaks. No
oh,
leaks.
sorry.
Okay. We won't mention that.
I am curious. There have been no roster changes for you guys, but you know we're seeing improvements, you know, especially from you. And the only change really is the coaching staff. What are are there any obvious changes in style or anything remarkable for you?
Anjing.
That's different.
Saya akan tegur keras
both
Cahya.
coaches are like astounding.
Next
They're
akan saya
incredible as
tegur keras
coaches,
Cahya.
But maybe for Ewok, he
Hah?
focused
Masih,
more
masih.
on like the micro stuff.
Cahya akan saya tegur
For
keras.
Jovi focused on more
Yeah.
the micro stuff. That's basically all I can say.
Cahya akan saya tegur keras.
Okay,
Untuk
okay.
next interview dia harus ngomong yang
I
baik-baik.
want to ask like to tease you a little bit, but I want to put you on the spot here.
Gue
How are you
bisa lucu
feeling
banget,
about the
menurut
rest
gue
of
lucu
this
banget.
year? Because you guys already
Aduh.
got a trophy last year in Pacific. You made to international events. What's your goal for this year, and how confident are you about
Udahlah
it?
nggak usah lah ya,
I think
kalian
our
juga
goal
udah
for this
ngeliat
year
nih si
is
Ces ngomong
definitely
apa.
Doing well internationally, but of course to
Gua
get there
lapar.
we need to do well
Gue
also
pengen
in
sebat. Buset.
the Pacific League. So definitely we need to focus on step by step.
Cahya akan saya
But
berikan
our
teguran keras
goal is definitely
SP1.
to reach more than where we
Ya,
what we
saya akan
reached
berikan
last year.
SP1 kepada beliau.
And there's one man that you didn't thank, but he's been taking a lot of credit for your success today, and that's your new GM, Son. Would you like to thank him? Because you forgot to mention that he came up with all the strats, I think he was saying. I don't know.
Thank you, son. You really helped us as a team. You helped us strats, everything, mentally. You're very great. Very great.
All right.
You're amazing. You're an amazing person also, yes.
This is really the, Champs Trophy is going to be thanks to GM Son. But congratulations, Cushy, and I'm looking forward to more of RRQ 2026. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks for the interview.
Yeah.
You played great today, man. Good job. There you go. There's his stats.
Whoa,
he
look
can,
at that.
He can revel in that. What do you think of those stats? Wait, just say in the mic before you go. How do those stats look to you? Looking good?
It's better than I expected because I'm a
Anjing,
supporter
lucu
of the
banget,
team, so
Rex.
this
Ini,
is better.
What about the picture?
saya naikkan gaji Ces,
we like
saya
that or
naikkan
not?
gajinya.
I like that.
Cahya
but
saya
I think
saya
that's
turunkan.
heavily edited, guys.
Saya turunkan gaji Ces.
No, that jawline's
Nah,
Saya turunkan gaji gaji Cahya, saya turunkan gaji Ces, saya
Thank you guys for
naikkan.
having me.
Bagus, bagus.
Enjoy your night.
PR train dengan sangat baik.
Oh, man.
Ces ini.
Awesome
Lu mau
to
sini nggak?
have
Bentar.
Cushy here. And you know what? I'm really liking his spirit.
Yang mana lagi?
This
Coba
year.
ngomong.
Because I feel like last year he was new.
Yeah.
He was
Coba ngomong.
one of our rookies.
Ah,
And he
bagus,
was,
bagus.
I don't know. I feel like
Bagus.
he didn't get to
Kamu
really show
kamu
who he was
bermain
last
bagus
year.
ya hari ini ya kamu
Like
ya.
most people,
Untung
you're a
tadi
little shy,
yang
you're a
waktu
little
saya
bit
briefing
reserved,
sebelum
you're
main
not
itu
really
kamu
your
dengar gitu
full
loh.
self. So
Ya.
I feel like just now was a
Preparasi
real
dari
glimpse of
game
the Cushy
baru
that
ini
at least
the best
I never
guys.
got to
Iya.
see it. You guys. Oh, look at him hanging out with his GM.
Untung saya kasih kamu preparation yang dengan sangat baik gitu loh. Jadi kamu dengar ya kan. Kalau Cahya itu kan saya kasih tahu dia suka bebal kan. Makanya kamu lihat itu tadi. Jadi pemain yang seperti ini gitu loh ya. Bagus bagus bagus. Kamu pertahankan ya. Nanti saya kasih kamu jam tangan lah. Iya. Daniel Wellington. Udah thank you Ces. Bless you. Nanti saya ruang ganti. Oke. Ya.
Because
Thank you thank you.
It was very easy for him to pick up his own kills and play as an individual. Then Crazy Guy came in who is extremely vocal. See ya, brother.
Main lewat.
So for him it was definitely a little bit more adjustment.
Untung lagi
lagi
nggak on cam anjing. Udah guys, gua off dulu. Thank you ya guys. Thank you guys yang udah nonton. Kita bakal main lagi tanggal 6 ya. Kita bakal main lagi tanggal 6 itu lawan musuh bebuyutan kita. Ya tim yang lebih jelek. Tim yang lebih
disappointed by today's performance compared to last time. But you know what? You get 3 chances this kickoff.
Dia masih
so
terima
DFM
kasih.
still has
Masih
one more
ingat ya.
chance.
Bagus.
It's RQ
Oke,
continuing
jadi kita
with
bakal
the
main lagi tanggal 6 lawan
Teams
tim yang lebih
today
jelek.
actually ended
Yang
up
lebih
pulling
cupu.
through PaperX and
Ya,
RRQ.
kita akan
And,
main lagi
I'm
nanti
really
tanggal
excited
6.
about next week,
Thank you ya
guys. I mean,
semuanya ya.
which
Gua
matches
off
are you
stream dulu.
particularly looking forward to?
Saya akan update langsung via Instagram saya nanti perihal laporan-laporan kerja saya. Jadi pastikan kalian sudah follow sosmednya. Kita juga bakal ada update laporan kerja nanti dalam bentuk video long form. Jadi pastikan kalian nanti saksikanlah di channel saya ataupun di channel tim RRQ. Baik, ya. Oke, terima kasih. Sampai jumpa di stream selanjutnya. Terima kasih semuanya. Yuk.